Now, here's Justin Acri and DJ Williams on the Buzz Radio Network.
This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name. He doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat or the mic. He feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know. But no, he knows the code. It's not about the salary, it's all about reality and making some noise, making a story, making sure his click stays up. That means when he puts it down, Tox picking it up. Let's go.
Who the hell is he anyway? He never really talks much, never concerned with status, but still even him starstruck. Humble through opportunities given, despite the fact that many misjudge him cause he makes a living from writing raps. Put it together himself, now the picture connects, never asking for someone's help or to get some respect. He's only focused on what he wrote, his will is beyond reach, and now it all unfolds, the skill of an artist. This is 20% skill, 80% fear, be 100% clear, cause Ryu was ill. Who would've thought he'd be the one that set the West in flames? And I heard him wreck it with the crystal method, name of the game. Came back, dropped Megadeth, took him to church. I like Bleach, man. Ryu had the stupidest verse, this dude is the truth. Now everybody giving them guest spots and stocks through the roof. I heard him with that stock.
This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember.
Hello Friday, I've been waiting for you for a long time. You just saved me when my life came tumbling down, and I know you're gonna leave me. Hello Friday, I've been waiting for you for a long time.
3, 2.
Yeah, like a charm, baby. Yeah, brighter than this thing on my arm, baby. It's a party every time you come around, baby. Now if you're down, baby, I can be the ground, baby. Hit me running, ain't nothing looking.
Molly, Betsy, thank you for being here. Let's announce the winner.
And the winner is Al Golden, Notre Dame.
Thank you very much. Honored to be here, humbled to be here. My wife, Kelly Golden. Kelly and I have 3 wonderful children, AJ, Addison, and Grace, and they allow me to do what I love to do, and they make it easy. And Kelly, I love you. When I first fell in love with football, it was to the voice of Coach Broyles. I'm older than a lot of these guys up here, but that was Saturday afternoon for me. Keith Jackson and Coach Broyles, and I know some of you guys can remember that, but that's when I started to fall in love with football. What a blessing to be up here. It's humbling. Thank you so much.
All right, welcome into the zone. Yesterday, it all went down at Hot Springs at Oaklawn, and Al Golden is, in fact, your Broyles Award winner for 2025. Poor Molly was up there trying to help announce. I'm like, maybe you just sit this year out, Molly. She lost her voice. And she was
kind of terrible.
Yeah, it was bad. Anyway, congrats to Al Golden. It was a great group. We got to talk to a couple of the guys yesterday. The defensive coordinator from Tennessee, Tim Banks, and then we talked to Brian Haynes, who's the DC and linebackers coach in Indiana. I could have spent the whole day with either one of those guys. They were both cool as they could be. The DC from Tennessee is a Detroit native, which I'm sure you heard.
Yeah, when they said he's in his 50s, man, he looks like a kid.
He looks good.
Black don't crack.
So they say, but he looked great. I mean, I thought those other guys did too. Brian Haynes been around a little bit for a younger guy, but it was interesting listening to some of the speeches last night. I got a chance to catch some of it on the Buzz, and if you were watching on Channel 4, that was great too. But listen, they sold the place out. Obviously, huge success. I will say this. My only issue with last night is I wish that somebody else had won, because the one guy that doesn't need it is Al Golden. He's got the most experience of any of them. He's got the most success of any of them, and he's going to the NFL as a defensive coordinator. He doesn't need any accolades.
He's got piles of money, piles of accolades. He's got a lot of ties. He wears a tie. He used to wear a tie on the sideline. I thought that was sartorially splendid.
I wanted yes, you don't see that a lot. I wanted kind of a throwback. I wanted anybody but the Texas guy to win. No offense, Texas guy. I really thought Marcus Arroyo was hilarious. I was listening to his speech when I was driving back from Conway last night. He was great.
I still think he should have won. You take a team from last place and get to the playoff, and their offense was innovative and quirky.
Oh,
and
my goodness.
that running back. I
Scatterboo.
mean, you know, give some honor to whom honor is due.
Yeah, well, listen, they were all great, and Indiana was a great story this year, too.
It was.
And Notre Dame was phenomenal. I mean, Tennessee was great defensively for sure. You know, it's funny, I was telling David this yesterday. When I thought of Indiana, the first thing that came to mind was their offense. I just think innovative offense. But their defense was what carried the day. They were second in the nation in total defense.
That was good.
Admittedly, they did not play the strongest schedule, but they dominated defensively.
They did. They caught Michigan in a down year. We'll pay them back like we usually do. But
Listen, you beat Ohio State. That's all that matters. And you beat Alabama. You got plenty to hang your hat on.
Yeah, we beat Alabama twice in one calendar year, which was pretty amazing. I was excited about that.
More movement in the Razorback baseball. My gosh, we can't seem to keep things straight. But here's what's going on. So we have, and tomorrow was going to work out great, but they moved the game up on Saturday to avoid the weather. So today is going to be a doubleheader, as you know. We're starting at noon, 11:30 pregame. It'll be on Buzz 2, and that'll be followed by the second game, also on Buzz 2. Again, Arkansas, Washington State. Our buddy Gabe Gackle's going in the first game, then Roots throwing in the second game. Then tomorrow will be Gage Wood. That is a 12:30 pregame. They moved it up from 2 to 1, so unfortunately it's going to conflict a little bit with the basketball. So we're going to go right from basketball into baseball in progress, but we'll start the baseball game on Buzz 2. So if you're looking for baseball instead of basketball tomorrow, considering things may be a little tough in College Station tomorrow and you want to hear some success, you might want to flip over to Buzz 2 106.7. And then no game on Sunday because of the cold temperatures. Monday, we're going to get out of the freeze zone, and they're going to play at noon, 11:30 pregame on Monday for President's Day. We are off on President's Day. Thank you, Terry. And so if you're looking for us, we won't be here. But the good news is when you turn on the Buzz in the midday, you're going to have Razorback baseball. So that'll be cool.
So what you're saying is football is officially over.
Yes. I am saying that, except for the summer. You got the whatever that new conglomeration is with the XFL and the.
Nobody, other than Joe Franklin, nobody cares about that.
Fair. I'll watch some of it if it's on. I just won't be appointment TV.
I will watch none of it.
Yeah, it's sort of like the WNBA for me. If it's on, I'll watch it probably, but I'm not going to look for it.
I did like the kid that the Lions got from that was kicking 70-yard field goals that played soccer at UCA. That guy was great. He was in one of those leagues last year.
Jake Bates?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a good story.
Yeah, it is.
Speaking of guys like Jake Bates, who are a little bit under the radar maybe, and I don't know how much David Walker's under the radar, but he has been invited to the NFL Combine. We talked about this with Trey Biddy on Monday. Who's going? Who's invited? What's the word? What's the story? I don't know. We're like, we don't know. Guess what? They hadn't announced it yet. So now they have, and it's all out there, and David Walker is the one of the invites for defensive line and linebackers for the Combine. He'll be working out on February 27th. There are a number of notables across the country that we're going to talk about here, but I want to say there's only a handful of guys. There are actually fewer guys from the FCS. There are over 300 prospects that have been invited, but there's only a handful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13 FCS.
That's it?
Guys that were invited, yes.
There's more guys that can play than 13 at that level, which you would know.
You're right.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. One of them is a transfer from Iowa State, actually, that ended up at Princeton. Jalen Travis, offensive tackle, 6'8", 341. Did you hear what I said?
That's big.
6'8", 341. That's a monstrosity.
Has anyone ever transferred from Iowa State to Princeton before?
Probably somebody who cares about their academics. He's like, this is not hard enough for me.
Well, he said, I'm in soil science, and I want to go study, like, French history or something.
Well, I will say this. If you want to dominate, Princeton's a good place for you.
Jason Garrett.
Dude, watching Ivy League football, I've said it a million times. And by the way, they're going to the playoffs this year. They're giving them a playoff spot. They're wasting a playoff spot.
On the Ivy League?
Yes. There are other leagues that probably shouldn't be in. Like, here's my thing. The SWAC has decided we're going to do our own thing and play for a SWAC championship.
Yeah.
We're not sending playoff teams. I think it's crazy because they've definitely got teams that are good enough to compete. The Ivy League does not. If you've ever watched Ivy football,
I have. That's terrible.
It is awful.
Well, it's a bunch of eggheads up there, and this just in, guys that score 34 in the ACT stink at football.
Some of them do.
Most of them do.
A lot of them do. There are guys that have made it from...
The majority do.
Correct. So other notables, Arkansas did get 5 guys invited, which was more than I was expecting. Is it 5 or 4? I think it's 5.
You think Tesla sticks with somebody?
I don't know.
I think he's got a shot. Big is better than small. Good hands are better than brick hands, and he's got all of that. He could be a giant possession receiver, I think. Maybe.
So Eric Gregory and Landon Jackson both invited. Tess Law, as Pigskin alluded to, invited. Andrew Armstrong's the one that's intriguing because we don't think he's going to burn, but the guy is just productive as crap, and he's big. And then Jaquindon Jackson got an invite, so that's the 5th player from Arkansas. Notables at quarterback, and there are plenty of others that got invited that I'm not listing. By the way, is anybody lamer than quarterbacks at the combine? They don't do anything. Some of them don't even throw. No. It's like your whole thing is based on you throwing. It's like, I'm not going to throw here. I'll throw at my pro day. Brady Cook, Jackson Dart, Quinn Ewers, Dylan Gabriel, Will Howard, Riley Leonard, Graham Mertz from Florida, Jalen Milroe, Shador Sanders. It'll be interesting to see what kind of, if he runs the 40, what he does. And then Cam Ward from Miami, who's one of the better physical prospects that's going to go in the draft.
This is an underwhelming draft for quarterbacks.
I concur. There's a lot of solid guys, I think, but I don't know.
Guys, I think
who's a starter in there.
Ward might play. Sanders is going to play.
Yeah.
I think most of those other guys, they have no shot.
Yeah. What about Gabriel? Is he intriguing at all to you?
Rubber arm.
Okay.
He doesn't have strong enough arm.
What about
Dart? Dart's got a shot. He's big.
I think
he
at minimum,
well.
Dart's holding the clipboard for a long time. Kind of like I think Brady Cook could be a long-time clipboard guy,
Well, they
too.
could be like a Chad Henne, play 15 years in the league and play like 20 games, something like that. Colt McCoy,
100%.
Colt McCoy's made a pretty good living for himself.
There's no doubt.
Yeah.
Let's see. Arkansas's women last night in basketball did not have a very good time.
They didn't lose by 30 again, did they?
They wish.
More?
Oh,
Justin.
Yeah, well, it's been a rough year.
Man, poor Mike.
I know. How'd the game go? How'd the Bay Pigs go? 89-50, the final score. They lose to Ole Miss. Luckily, it was on the road. Oh, no, it was in Fayetteville. Just kidding. Other games last night. The Little Rock men pulled one out against Tennessee Tech. Kudos to the Trojans last night. 32-18 down the stretch to win the game. Good for them, and they stay in the mix for their conference title. Potentially. Jacksonville rolled over Central Arkansas. Central Arkansas still super duper shorthanded. And what a tough one for the Little Rock women. They lose a 4-point home game last night to Tennessee Tech. They're off this weekend, I was told, and UAPB's women fell last night 69-55.
Trey was very upset about the outcome of that game.
He didn't think they got a good shake on a couple of calls late.
He did not.
And
he doesn't usually whine about stuff like that. He's an unimpeachable source, I would say.
I didn't complain about the officiating one time last night. And I usually do on a semi-regular basis. But whatever.
I had to quit coaching after a stint for a couple of years in junior high because my voice carries, and I was on the refs all the time.
I can't imagine.
Something.
Did you ever coach your kids' teams?
No, that's why. And my wife did, and she was actually a really good coach.
I can see
that. But she's
very
cooler
nurturing
under pressure than I am.
I was my kid's soccer coach for a year or two, maybe, and I don't know anything about soccer, but they were like, this was the cat herding stage, right? I was just like, I would stand out there and be like, golly. And so we, and again, wokeness, sit down, just take it easy. But we were playing against mostly teams that had experienced players. We did not. We also played with teams that were all boys, and we were more than half girls. So with all due respect, and I know women usually mature faster than boys, but it was tough.
I would have been like, you remember Vince Vaughn at the end of Old School? Hey, he's been throwing elbows out there. I'm just telling you. Yeah, let's make it official. And he throws a chair on the field like Bobby Knight.
It was rough.
I was a little bit like that.
So I would just stand there and marvel at how bad we were getting beaten. And I'm like, we're not good, and you have the worst coach in this league, too, so this is not good. I did also coach my my ex-wife's nephew's team with their dad, and that was a treat. And I was a little more vocal there because it was basketball, and I knew a little bit more about it than I did soccer. And I would get on the officials one time, and this guy got on me, but he kind of barked back at me. And I'm like, I realize these are 12-year-olds. I shouldn't be saying that. But I'm like, come on, you missed that guy. He's over the back. Get it together.
See, sometimes it's just difficult not to say what you see happening.
You have to.
That's it. But
the good thing, there are times, I'm not lying, when I sit, and we sit courtside. We're right on the court. And there are times where I try to loudly criticize a bad call just to get the attention of the officials.
Have you ever had any looks?
Not one.
Really?
But I know they hear me. There's no way they don't hear me. I also got onto a high school official who completely blew a call in my kid's game this year, and I've never done this. I've been watching Maddox play since he was a kid. I've never yelled at an official my entire life. But they were playing a game against a team they were supposed to beat, and it was a tight game late, and we had a kid that caught a pass over on the sideline right in front of our bench. And he got a foot down, and then he stepped out of bounds. Well, the official calls it incomplete. And our coach is going crazy, and he's blowing the coach up. Won't even give him the time of day. And I'm standing in the end zone. This guy's 50 yards from me, 40 yards. And I scream over there. I'm like, hey! I go, you only got to get 1 foot down here, buddy. It's not the NFL. And he looked over at me and raised his hands like, what? I'm like, you blew it. And I swear to you, 2 plays later, they throw a deep pass down the sideline, and I'm sure the kid was out of bounds, and he called a catch. He runs 30 yards up the sideline, picks in to say it was a catch.
If you don't think that working the refs doesn't get your team some calls, I would introduce to you Robert Montgomery Knight.
No doubt.
He got calls all the time.
I got a dozen texts from people going, you just got us a call. I'm like, yeah, you're darn right. People heard me in the stands. So that was my favorite moment of the year. Okay, so Razorback softball rolling right now. They haven't lost yet. 5-0, I think, at last check, and they still are. Just looked at it again. Number 13 in the country, and they are playing in the Louisiana Tech Classic. They're going to play Louisiana Monroe today at 4 o'clock. Then they play La Tech at 6 o'clock. I love all these. Like, okay, how long were you gone? 2 days. How many games did you play? 8. I mean, they play so many games, it's crazy.
The pitchers can just throw inning after inning. You know, baseball, you need 4 or 5 days off. And softball, they're coming back the next day. It's crazy.
Did you see what Arkansas did to the Bisons?
No.
Of Lipscomb? They beat them 23-0 in 5
Good.
innings.
That's what they get for putting an S on a word that's already plural.
Speaking of softballs, I threw that one up for you, and you hit it right out of the park. By the way, if you didn't hear her, Bree Ellis will be part of the morning show. I think we're still looking for a sponsor for her segments, but she is I believe she's the all-time leader in home runs at Arkansas now. She's been rolling. So
that's impressive.
Yeah, she's a really
So
good
who
hitter.
are some of the NIL people that you guys have in baseball?
So here's the great thing is we're all set on baseball. I'm so happy because basketball we struck out. No pun intended.
Well, you're making so much money. They're like, we're not fooling with you.
Yeah. So the morning show guys are talking to Will McIntyre, local kid, pitcher.
In his 18th year.
Yep, he's great. I love him. We have on our show Gabe Gackle, the ace of the staff.
That's
who's going to be
right.
pitching today.
I heard that the other day.
Gabe's really good. He's going to be a good sport. He's fun. He's a California kid. He's from the Santa Cruz area.
Ooh.
Said he was not close to becoming a banana slug.
That'd be a good place to be from.
No doubt.
The other day, Santa Cruz was playing Santa Barbara. I'm like, what a cool vibe that is. Basketball.
Men's?
Yeah.
Gauchos and banana slugs. What a combination.
Very nice. Listen, UCSB would be one of the better places to matriculate for 4 years.
So I have an aunt that lived there. She's passed away now, but that was where I wanted to go, and I looked it up, and it was like, then a lot of money was like $20,000.
For out of state, it's massive.
It was
if
crazy.
you're in state, it's pretty cheap.
Yeah.
It's like Texas.
So Iowa State was like $5,000 for the whole thing for a year.
There you go.
Can you believe I went to college for $5,000 a year? Yes, kids. So that was room and board and class.
That's nuts.
It was like $5,200 a year.
And you got a fairly good education because you're pretty good at what you do. So, I mean, if they had been terrible at it.
I don't know how much credit I'll give Iowa State.
Well, like I said the other day, your non-regional diction, God gets a lot of credit for that, and the state of Iowa gets a lot of credit. You're from one of those perfectly neutral places.
That is true.
Yeah.
But yes, UCSB's campus is phenomenal. I went to California a lot growing up because of my aunts living out there. And then I interned just north of there for my summer internship.
What a great part of the world.
It's the best.
Really
if you have Oprah money, which she lives there too, that's where you live.
Yeah.
You know why Oprah lives there? Because she can. The Gym Backs are playing the Gym Dogs today. That is at Georgia. And, I mean, my gosh, what a gauntlet for Arkansas. They have beaten 2 top 3 teams this year already in gymnastics. Tonight, they're on the road against number 11. They're only ranked 15th, which I don't understand that. They should be ranked higher in my book, but maybe the new rankings haven't come out. I don't know. Anyway.
So I don't give a lot of kudos to this bunch very often, but let me say something just for the record.
Go for it.
The SEC is great in every stinking sport. Baseball, softball, track, gymnastics. I mean, if they ever start playing hockey, they'd probably make a decent representation of that. But, I mean, as Desmond Howard said last night, said, you guys aren't that good in football anymore, but everything else,
that's hilarious.
That didn't go over very well. You could see people in the crowd like, I'd like to smack you.
Listen.
You little Michigan punk.
It's a basketball league now. You get number 1, number 2 tomorrow, and game day's there.
It's nuts. They're good in everything. And so right now, if you had to guess, how many teams they get in the big dance?
The SEC?
Yeah. 12? 13? They're not getting 14. I don't think they'll get
Arkansas
14.
is very much up in the air.
Well, this weekend will be pretty telling. They need to win one of those, and it's going to be
I don't think they're going to beat A&M. I don't know.
I don't think they're going to beat Auburn.
Well, no, of course not.
I
don't think they're going to be big dogs in both.
Yeah,
but they have, so they're going to.
They were dogs at Kentucky, so you never know.
Yeah, Kentucky's not that good though.
No, they're not.
And Texas is not very good either. I hate to break. I don't want to burst anybody's bubble. It's great to win on the road. It's always hard to win on the road. Hey, Ole Miss struggled at South Carolina the other night, but those teams aren't great. They're good. They're solid. And I think the guys were keyed up for the Kentucky game. Texas is a very marginal team, let's be real.
Texas is like that in most sports, though. They're all hat and no cattle, pun intended.
Right.
Yeah.
How many teams are not making the tournament? I guess you'd have to look at that. South Carolina is not making the tournament.
Yeah.
Vanderbilt's good, better, but they're not making the tournament.
They're not making it.
Arkansas is on the bubble. There's another one or two that aren't.
Mm-hmm.
Let me look at this here. So I hate when that does that. I Google and then it sends me to. I have to scroll.
Oklahoma's probably not.
Oklahoma's for sure not making it. Georgia, Lenardi just said Arkansas replaced Georgia on his list as one of the last teams in. South Carolina's out there 1-11. LSU is out. They're 1-10.
Mm-hmm.
Oklahoma's 3-8. They're not making it.
No.
Texas is probably going to get in. Maybe not. They're 15-10 and 4-8. Georgia's 4-8.
See, if they're 4-8, they don't belong. I'm sorry.
It depends what they do down the stretch. You still have, you still have what? 6 games left? 4 games left? 4 games left. 6 games left? Is it 12, 6, 18, 6 games left.
Usually, this has been a rule of thumb in the past. I've been watching this for 50-something years. If you're not 500 in your own league, you're in deep trouble.
Yes, and you can get in this year, I think, at 8-10, but you better get to 8-10.
You better be close. That's right. But the league is unbelievably deep.
So, Arkansas, we were talking about this the other day. Wes says Oklahoma's in right now. I don't understand that. I don't think Oklahoma's any good.
I don't know, man.
I believe you, but I don't think they should be. I don't think Oklahoma's very good.
Solid non-con.
They beat Michigan. That's probably their best win.
So did Arkansas.
I still don't know how we lost to either one of those teams. Couldn't guard their guards. That's how.
I don't know how Oklahoma beat Arkansas in Arkansas.
I don't either.
I think that's their only road conference win. Arkansas A&M they're not favored. Not favored to Auburn. They're going to be favored actually, according to ESPN, at home against Missouri, which surprised me.
They can beat Missouri.
100%.
I could see that.
They're going to be favored against Texas. They're actually, according to ESPN, they have a better chance to beat Missouri than they do Texas. That I do not understand.
No, I don't know about that.
So that's 2 you're going to be favored in. At South Carolina, they're favored. They'll be underdogs at Vanderbilt, and they're going to be favored at home against a pretty solid physical Mississippi State team that's ranked in the top 25.
Even the game at South Carolina scares me because all the road games are difficult. And that could be, I mean, I wouldn't be shocked.
It's the worst team in the league. You can't ask for a better road game.
It is, but I wouldn't be shocked if they found a way to win.
Oh, there's no doubt.
I mean,
Ole Miss was in trouble the other night there.
Yeah.
So I agree.
Exactly.
But if you can just win the games you're favored in and get 8 wins,
you'd be in.
You're in the conversation at least.
I think 8 wins in the league get you
With
in.
Arkansas's net ranking, which was in the mid to low 40s the other day before they beat LSU, I think they're fine.
Yeah.
And I was not optimistic, obviously, when they started 0-5 and Boogie went down.
But you better not lose a couple of those games you're supposed to win in because they have a really thin margin at this point.
Concur. It is Valentine's Day. Also, happy Valentine's Day to everybody. We told you all week about things you can do, including Ava Bella Day Spa. So if you didn't get anything and like David said, he forgot about it. I'm like, David, you did a show at a spa talking about Valentine's Day for 4 hours. How'd you forget it was Valentine's Day? Solely focused. That's Basil. He's got to compartmentalize, and it was all about the Broyles Award. So, Jessica, if you want a Broyles Award, congratulations. That's your Valentine's Day gift, too. But I'm sure he'll clean it up. The good news is you can always go on the website and do it. And anyway, I appreciate Dee Dee having us. And then we also got treatments while we were there. I mean, dude, my face was... I didn't realize how nasty it was until she cleaned it up. I was like, wow, that's gross.
Yeah, you got all kinds of dirt and oils and
dead
stuff
skin.
like that. Dead skin.
That's nice.
I'm mostly dead skin.
It's not painful, but it's not the most comfortable thing getting that stuff scraped off.
Yeah, it's like little sea lampreys are like pulling your skin.
What are the things that get on the back of sharks?
Remoras.
I got remored. Yes.
You did get remored.
I think there's a remora got a drop in a Jimmy Buffett song. Is that Fins?
I think so.
I think that's
it's when they go around, they're making hand motions and all that.
10:29. Romantic songs. Nancy Holthus will join us on the other side.
Nancy's romantic.
Sometimes. She is with Paul. So we'll talk to her about some horse racing coming up. It is a 4-day racing weekend at Oaklawn. Do not forget. Saturday is going to be a good one, too. We got a good feature tomorrow. We'll be doing Oaklawn Race Day on Buzz 2 because the Razorback basketball team will be on the Buzz. So tune in and catch us tomorrow over there at 11 if you want some picks and analysis. Racing today, racing on Sunday, and Monday is President's Day, and you got a full card going then, too. And it's also the hat giveaway day. So they're going to be giving away white hats. Zach is very hyped about these hats. Says they're very sharp looking.
I saw the hats yesterday, and they're really good looking hats.
I did not see them, and I don't think I'm going to get one unless Zach will snag me one.
Zach owes you a hat. So tell him you need a hat.
He owes me nothing. But if Zach or Lange, if you're listening and you want to snag me a hat, I'll take it. Nancy Holthus, thanks to the Gangster Museum of America, coming up after the break.
Listen as Clint Stoerner joins the buzz for college football talk. Mondays on Out of Bounds and Fridays with The Zone. Brought to you by Crain Hyundai.
This is Sports Center.
The number 5 Arkansas Razorback baseball team opens the 2025 season today with a doubleheader against the Cougars of Washington State at Baum-Walker Stadium in Fayetteville. The doubleheader, a result of Sunday's game being moved because of forecasted inclement weather. Pre-game coverage with Phil Elson and Bubba Carpenter gets underway at 11:30 on our sister station 106.7 Buzz 2. First pitch scheduled for 12 noon. In other games across the state today, the Little Rock Trojans also start the season with a doubleheader against Evansville at Gary Hogan Field starting at noon. Arkansas State hosts Morehead State this afternoon. UCA starts the season on the road at Northwestern Louisiana State. UAPB has a doubleheader against Oral Roberts. I'm Todd Pierce for the Buzz Radio Network.
Custody battle over your cubs? When in war, you need the roar. There's no one better to protect your pride than our pride of Legal Lions. For exceptional communication and exceptional results in all child-related legal matters, hire Lion Legal to come roaring to the rescue. The jungle fears the roar.
For over 30 years, Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse has been Arkansas's truck accessory headquarters and the only stop for all your truck parts and accessories. If it goes on a truck, Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse has got it. And that includes upgrading your truck with Vortex spray liners. Tough, durable, proudly made in the USA. Their spray liners can protect your truck for years to come. Call Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse at 501-568-0040 to schedule your spraying. Or stop by 65th and University.
February might be short on days, but we're long on deals at Gwatney Chevrolet. Get behind the wheel of a 2024 Chevrolet Trax for as low as $299 a month, or take up to $13,500 off a brand new 2025 Chevrolet Silverado. We have cars in stock as low as $3,999. But hurry, these deals won't last forever. Save big before the end of the month. Visit us at 1301 TP White Drive in Jacksonville today. Chevrolet, together, let's drive. With approved credit restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
This is a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test.
Welcome back in the zone. Did we say something dumb? Well, let us know by texting our D3 Auto Sales text line or messaging us on our Whit Davis Lumber Plus Live fan feedback. Now, back to the show. Handicapping with Oaklawn's Nancy Holthus is brought to you by the Gangster Museum of America and the Hattery of Hot Springs, where you won't be gambling on a good time, but betting on a sure thing. Visit TGMOA.com. TGMOA.com.
I'm just a dancer.
Well, listen, she's got a lot of love to give and a lot of picks. Unless you get on her bad side, then she will punch you in the face. Ladies and gentlemen, on the Jim's Razorback Pizza Hotline, Nancy Holthus. How are you, my friend?
Did you just say I'll punch you in the face?
Wouldn't you?
I prefer the throat. But
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm kidding.
us short people.
I'm a lover, not a fighter, baby.
The throat's a lot easier to get to for us diminutive folks, Nancy. So that's probably a good move. Plus, it hurts like a
Does
mother.
that mean I'm height challenged?
Well, I am too. I mean, we'd see eye to eye on that one for sure, literally. How are you? What's going on down there?
Well, you know what? It is a packed house because of the Broyles Award, and I got the honor to give several of the attendees a private barn tour this morning, so that was pretty cool.
Who came? Like some of the
really gonna
coaches?
ask me that?
Oh, some of the coaches came?
Yeah.
And their wives and girlfriends?
Coaches, wives, and it was really cool to kind of get. You know me, I love a good sport comparison, so I had to throw several of those in. So
Yeah.
it was pretty cool.
That's awesome. Well, Mark May was telling us yesterday that he had some horses back in the day, and he was telling about this one horse that he had that was really successful. It wasn't a thoroughbred. He had, I don't know if you call them trotters or whatever, but the harness racing?
Purebred.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, he had a horse that really did well, and so we were talking about that. But yeah, it was fun. He was really excited to be there, and he's hanging out today and going to go to the races. So that was pretty cool. So if you see a big athletic-looking dude, that's Mark May. He's got gigantic hands, by the way. Two-time Super Bowl winner, so be nice to him because he will definitely slap you if you get out of line. But, man, he's a good dude. I really enjoyed having Mark on the show yesterday. And
It's cool because the first race today is named for him.
Is that right?
Yeah.
What is it?
Mark May, Outland Trophy winner and Super Bowl champion.
Oh, it's a dedicated race. Okay, I like that.
Yes, he does, and several others do as well.
Oh, that's really cool. Okay, I'm glad that they're doing that today. I didn't see that. Yeah. I'm looking at my little Equibase app here, and I didn't see that. I guess I should get my Oaklawn Anywhere account. Maybe they have that on there. But anyway, how would you rate the card, and what are your expectations for the weekend? I know we got some precipitation moving in. I don't know when tomorrow.
Yeah, it looks like it might be pretty gnarly. So if you are handicapping ahead of time, I would certainly handicap for an off track tomorrow and potentially Sunday.
Okay.
And don't forget Monday racing with our cap giveaway.
How could I? We've been talking about it like crazy. I'll put in a word to you, Zack, and Lange. If anybody can snag me one, I need it. I love white hats for the beach.
Do that.
Thank you. Look at that. See, Nancy can count on her. She's good. She's good like that. All right, well, let's get to your top pick today, Nancy. And again, thank you to our friends at the Gangster Museum of America. If you're heading down that way, you definitely want to pop in there. Speaking of hats, you can get yourself a nice hat over there at the Hattery next door and get a little history lesson at the Gangster Museum. But let's get to it. What do you got for your top pick?
Top pick today, I'm going to go to race 4. It's an Arkansas-bred non-2 for $10,000, claiming at a mile and a 16th. The heavy favorite is a horse by the name of Hess. He's 8-5 on the morning line for the barn of Randy Morse. Keith Asmussen in the irons. He takes the lowest drop in his career, and as we like to say, if he can't win this, he's going to miss a hell of an opportunity. He does race third off the layoff, and he's going to stretch out, actually, which he should definitely like coming off from 2 sprints to a route, and could be closer to the pace today as he is going to contest 2 turns. So that's 4th race, number 4, Hess.
All right, very good. Let's get your long shot today.
All right, long shot is in a 30,000 starter allowance. That is race number 7 at a mile and a 16th. 6-1 on the morning line. The number 1, Mandolin Wind. Alex Hartman, legs up jockey Joseph Bilmer, won last time out against Similar right here at the distance, and was second to back over the mud going further. So he does race third off the break. And this horse is known to string wins together. So sometimes horses will do what's called bounce off of a big win, but he seems to move forward and really does look to be a good price as well. So that's race 7, the number 1, Mandolin Wins.
I don't remember which race it is, Nancy, before we get your pick in the feature today, and it may be the feature, but Steve Asmussen's got a race where he's got 2 horses in there, and he's got 1 son on 1 horse. Here it is. It is in the feature race today, so let's move on to that one. He's got Eric.
That's not uncommon.
Okay, I don't remember seeing Keith and Eric racing against each other, so that's pretty cool, though. But Steve's obviously training both of these, and Rivet's a horse that's I remember watching race in the past, and so that's the one that Keith is riding here in the number 2 spot.
Yeah, Rivet is certainly could be a contender in here. He exits the same race as my top pick, and that's the number 5 Run Classic. That race was back on December 20th, and Run Classic ran 3rd, but that turned out to be one of the biggest key races at the meet, as the top 2 did score stakes in their next out. The winner, Banishing, captured the Byerly Turk, and the runner-up, Tahano Twist, came back to be victorious in the King Cotton. So he was just behind those top two, so it only makes sense that he would advance to the victory.
It's a great list of horses' names. Pigskin in the one hole. Durante. You got Rivet. You got Glen Gary, which is a foal of Glen Ross. Sir Wellington, Run Classic, and Chasing Time, which, we all are. Or Killing Time, at least, is killing me. Nancy?
Amen, brother.
All right, well, listen, enjoy your weekend, and hopefully get to see a bunch of famous coaches and things and famous people down there today. It'll be a lot of fun. I know a lot of people are heading down there this weekend and getting it started early and all the way through Monday, so hopefully, like us, you have President's Day off. So I know you're working, but we won't be here, so we'll talk to you a week from today, I guess, and get some more picks.
Sounds good, my friend.
I appreciate you.
All right, happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. Have a blast.
Bye.
Bye. 1041. That is Nancy Holthus. What a treat she is. She's an American treasure, along with, Dolly Parton and Jameis Winston.
And she is better at wearing leather pants than both of those.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. Jameis probably looks pretty good in some.
Well, but he's always stealing crab
Did you
legs.
see Jameis's stuff from down at the Super Bowl? He is an absolute...
He's a hoot.
He's a trip, dude.
He really
I love
is.
him.
He's fun, man.
We used to just kill him, but I have really come around.
He's very likable.
Talking to his former head coach, Jimbo, he really kind of changed my mind about him officially, and I was already sort of coming around on him, but the dude is a treat.
I don't trust him not to throw pick sixes, but he's a fine human being.
He might throw some touchdowns, too, though.
Well, he's going to throw 30 and 30. That's a hard thing to do.
It really is. Let's get to a little bit of our D3 Auto Sales text line. You can send stuff in at 501-661-1037. Guys, this bracket doesn't mean anything until you get to the conference tournaments. And by the way, Vanderbilt will be in the big dance. They're way better than we are, so stop that nonsense. I didn't say Arkansas was going to be in either, did I? Can you explain how the softball pitchers can do that? Is it the throwing motion? Yes, the human arm certainly responds better to underhanded pitching than it does overhanded.
No question.
DK, I don't know what you're saying that's a lie about, but okay, come back with that. People sending stuff to Baz. That's from the morning show. Let's see what we got here on our live fan feedback. If you want to send some in there, it's through our Listen Live button. Let's see if we got anything notable on here. Let's see. Okay, here we go. I heard Chris saying the other day, Chris who? He thinks Tesla will open people's eyes at the Combine because of his measurables and all that. Okay.
I think he's got an outside chance to stick on someone's roster.
Okay.
Hard to coach height.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We'll see. I hope he does. 10:43. Philip Martin's in a little early. Appreciate him, and appreciate you tuning in today as well. We're going to go into the break on the most romantic song ever written. It, of course, is Snake Farm by Ray Wiley Hubbard. And if you don't know it, you should. He really likes this woman.
My love is her name Ramona. She kind of looks like Tempest Storm.
She really does.
She can dance like a little Egypt. She works down at the Snake Farm.
She works at the Snake Farm, Pigskin. Appreciate our sponsors from our time at the Broyles Award, Fence Brokers, Jones & Son Fine Jewelry, Homer's Ace Hardware, and, of course, our friends at UAMS Orthopedics. The best in the business, the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS, going to fix you up and get you back up and running. Did you go get your shoulder looked at?
No.
Why?
Because I don't want to.
Because you're a hardhead, and you need to go get fixed up. I'm going to drag you kicking and screaming.
But I lifted weights twice this week.
Okay, did it hurt?
No.
Really?
No,
You did leg day twice?
That's funny.
Turmeric. Dr. O'Malley says turmeric helps with inflammation.
I'm taking it.
There you go. You snorting it? Get it right in the bloodstream.
I inject it.
Very good. I almost went too far. The UMS team is ready to help you get back up and running. So if you didn't fix yourself or get a good break from the man upstairs, you should go see the best in the business and get the doctors to fix you up. Pigskin, I think God just laid hands on you there. The experts in neurosurgery, orthopedic surgery, sports medicine, and pain management, which is really the important part, right? Focusing on reducing pain, I'm a fan, improving mobility, and most importantly, getting you back to living your life pain-free. They start with a great evaluation. They're going to pinpoint the source of your pain. They're going to select the best treatment, and depending on the type of treatment needed, they will use minimally invasive procedures, say that 3 times fast, and advanced technology, which is what you really want. If surgery is necessary, rest assured you're in the best hands. Trust UMS Health to provide innovative care for your spine or any other part of your body that's ailing. 501-686-8674, 501-686-8674. 7-4. We're back after this.
Ramona likes her malt liquor and a band from Wales that's called The Alarm. She said she cried when they broke up. She still plays the records at the Snake Farm. Snake Farm, it just sounds nasty. Snake Farm, pretty much is Snake Farm. It's a reptile house. Snake Farm.
Hey guys, it's Dee Dee from Ava Bella Day Spa. Valentine's Day is right around the corner, and we have this special for all of you lovebirds. How about a romantic indulgent spa package? The 60-minute massage and a lotion candle. That's our signature candles that the wax turns into lotion. All for $100. Plus, we have the Glow of Love, Forever Yours, and we also have memberships this year. Just go to avabelladayspa.com and choose what you like, order your gift card, and give it to your Valentine. Or come on in and get that complimentary candle. avabelladayspa.com.
The rock and roll legacy lives. Dokken is back. Live. The Heaven Comes Down Tour. Saturday, April 5th, Oaklawn Hot Springs. Dokken. Tickets on sale now at Oaklawn.com. Don't miss Dokken. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
For all the times you multitask, Malvern National Bank has technology to make banking easier. When you need to transfer travel money into your account while on the go. When you need to pay your friends back for lunch. When you need to check the balance on your account. When you need to locate the nearest branch or ATM. Or when you need to deposit a check and don't have time to go to the bank. Simple to use website tools and apps at your fingertips. To find out more, visit mnbbank.com.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, it's Brooke here, and at Crain Hyundai, we've got a huge selection of pre-loved vehicles like never before. Late models loaded with new technology? Check. Payments to fit any budget? Check. Silverados, Civics, Broncos, and more. Check, check, check. Banks that love to say yes? You know it.
Our pre-loved inventory has never been better than now. Come visit your friends at Crain Hyundai on Museum Road in Conway and online at chriscrainhyundai.com.
This is Justin Acri from my friends at Certa Pro Painters, the company I've been using for years for my painting needs. Ever regretted a paint color choice? You're not alone. But with Certa Pro Painters, you'll never have to worry about that again. Our professionals help you pick the perfect color for your home so you'll love it for years to come. Call your neighborhood Certa Pro Painters and ask about their color consultation services. Each Certa Pro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Schedule your free estimate today at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose Certa Pro Painters.
Pickup truck, sports car, motorcycle, minivan, townhouse, two-story, farmhouse, fixer-upper. What you drive and where you live is different for everyone, so it's important to have insurance that fits your needs and is just right for you. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that, which is why our agents help you design a comprehensive auto, home, and life insurance plan. Insurance that fits just right.
See Shelter Agent Christy Pettit in Malmö, Matt Cooper in Russellville, or Madison Buse in England.
You're back in the zone with Justin Acri and DJ Williams on the Buzz Radio Network.
First of all, show of hands if you watch College Game Day. Just show of hands.
Outstanding.
That's great. Now, if the person next to you did not raise his or her hand, ask them what the hell do they do on Saturday mornings during college football season, 9 to noon Eastern.
Pigskin did the opening prayer last night, the Bros Award. Again, congratulations to Al Golden, the guy who needed the award the least as your winner this year, but he did earn it, so good for him. You said Desmond had another good line last night, Pigskin. Didn't go over too well with the crowd.
He was talking about the SEC. He said, man, the SEC is a good league. He said, not a really good football league. He said, that goes through the Big Ten now. And he got a lot of dirty looks from there.
The SEC is now a basketball league. Number 1, number 2 in Tuscaloosa tomorrow with
I think
Auburn,
it's a women's
Alabama.
Gymnastics league, but that's just a
softball. Name
softball.
it.
They're good in everything.
Everything.
They really are.
Yeah, football might be the weakest at this point.
It is.
10:50 and on the line. One last time. What a year we've had with Clint Stoerner.
Stoerner, play action. Looking, pumps, throws down the middle. Touchdown! Arkansas! Oh, my!
Clint Stoerner is brought to you by Crain Hyundai of Conway.
Stoerner throws, caught. Emmanuel Good breaks the tackle. Touchdown!
Visit them in Conway today or check out ChrisCraneHyundai.com.
Play fake. Stoerner steps out of trouble. Wow. To a wide open receiver. It's Cobb towards the end zone. Touchdown.
Well, there he is. Happy Valentine's Day, Mr. Stoerner. Is that weird to wish you a happy Valentine's Day? I guess it isn't. How are you, buddy?
No. I greatly appreciate it, man. The game has changed for me, boys. I've always been the guy that goes to work, maybe picks up the roses and finds a way to get the card and everything done, either on the way to work or right after work. And the wife was always pretty receptive to that. She goes to work, she does her thing, she doesn't really slow down and think about it until in the evening, so it all worked out. Well, this morning I get woke up by a 3-year-old talking about, will you be my Valentine? And I'm empty-handed. I have nothing. I have had nothing for her. But yes, Daddy loves you. So clearly I'm going to have to start planning a little bit better than I have for the past 47 years.
Yeah, buddy, you got 3 ladies to take care of now. That is a lot of responsibility.
Ooh, boy, you took the Instagram messages that I get sent to of asking both girls for, will they be my Valentine? Now I got to go find roses that don't have thorns. It's a rough life, man. It's a rough life.
I imagine they probably prefer candy, but, I don't want to speak for your daughters, so just a guess.
Well, look, when it comes to candy and toys, Daddy's just not going to be that guy. It's at least 2 or 3 times a week I walk in and there is new toys. Not candy, new toys, like new, just constantly toys and baby dolls and this, and we got all the help in the world down here, so there's about 5 different people that are buying them stuff constantly, so there's a lot of overlap, if you know what I mean. If I got one more baby doll in this house, I don't know what to do with.
No doubt. I don't have that issue, but I feel you. Let me ask you about the Super Bowl. Let's get a wrap-up on the weekend and the game and the whole deal, I guess. It was, if you're a Kansas City fan, the worst nightmare. We all thought it was a possibility. We figured if there was a blowout, it would probably go that way. I was hoping it would be more competitive, but, Kansas City got outclassed from the very beginning.
Yeah, look, the better football team obviously won the game and showed up and showed out. But to me, the story coming out of the bowl game, the Super Bowl, was Andy Reid and Pat Mahomes. And what's always made them great, beyond being first ballot Hall of Famers, just great at what they do, but what's always made them great was either their game plan was always better or their adjustments were always better. And it was like both of those just escaped. Like both of those greatnesses of both of those guys just kind of escaped them on that night. The plan was garbage. Mm-hmm. They never adjusted whatsoever. It looked like a team that I watched play all year long in the Texans, that they're talented, but for whatever reason, the quarterback just keeps dropping back deep in the pocket, holding the football, trying to drive it down the field, and the play caller never adjusted. The quarterback never adjusted. It was wild to think that those two guys. It's one thing to see Bobby Slowick, a first-time play caller, and C.J. Stroud, a second-year quarterback. It's one thing to see those guys struggle with it. It's another thing to watch Andy Reid and Pat Mahomes struggle with it. Mm-hmm. So the Eagles were great. Don't get me wrong, but I think the story here is that Pat and Andy just didn't get it done. They were flat out. They were flat out awful, and that is about as nicely as I can put it. So,
yeah. I compare.
Yeah, man, that was weird.
And I know they prepared, and I know they've done it before, so they know exactly what it takes to get ready for a game. But you're right; it didn't look like they had a very good idea what they were doing out there, which was shocking. That was the big surprise, I guess. I compared it to Apollo Creed and another Philadelphia guy, Rocky. It looked like they just took it for granted. It's like, I'm going to show up and I'm going to win. Now I know they probably did not do that, but it did look like they did not think that one through very well. What about Philadelphia and the potential to come back and do it again? Jim Nantz was talking this week about he could see them going for 2 or 3 in a row, maybe. Do you see that potentially?
Yeah, the reality, this isn't just a hot take after they played a great game and knocked off, slayed the dragon. If you look at how they're built and where their money is spent, and if you look at all the factors that go into, hey, can they sustain this level of success for the next handful of years, the answer is yes. You go down the list. Their quarterback next year is going to make $21 million, which is the highest paid player on that team. That is the lowest, highest paid player in the NFL. That's 32 of 32 teams, right? So start there. The advantage now after this next year that changes, but the advantage of having a quarterback on a $20 million contract is through the roof when other teams are paying guys $55 and $60 million. And then you look at the success that they've had in the first 3 rounds of the last 4 drafts, which the reason I use 4 is because after year 4, those contracts become monster contracts, right? So they're cheap labor, if you will. They have knocked it out of the park. I mean, they are absolute nails in the first 3 rounds of the draft, and those guys are, as you saw it with Cooper DeJean, at the other corner, his name escapes me right now, but he was an all-rookie corner as well. Their interior defensive line, everybody's ranting and raving about. All of those guys are on rookie deals. I mean, it's one of those where it's going to be hard for them to backslide in a big way, right? And so I don't know how you don't look at the Eagles and go, these guys, at least for the next 2 or 3 years, should have a chance to be in NFC championships and ultimately Super Bowls. And when you tack that onto the fact that they've been to 2 of the last 3 and won one of those last 3, that's a pretty damn impressive run.
Clint, I think everybody loved Hurts's effort and attitude, especially in the face of adversity through his career. So he's an easy guy to pull for. What do you think his ceiling is as far as his ability? We saw him pass for more yards than he had early in the playoffs in the last 2 games, and really for the second time outplayed Patrick Mahomes in a Super Bowl. What's the ceiling for him? Is he a guy that if they need him to can go out and throw for 300-plus a game, or is this what he's going to do and he does it so well and they've got the other pieces around him that it's fine and they can keep winning big with it?
Well, I'll start with this. I mean, his ceiling is higher, a lot higher than most people, most analysts, most fans give him credit for, simply because it's not the sexy stuff, right? The intangibles, and I'll leave it at that for radio purposes, but the intangibles that he brings to the table should not be overlooked, should not be minimized, should not be swept under the rug. That is what many extremely talented quarterbacks that are far more physically talented than Jalen Hurts, that's the part that they don't have, and so they become just first-round bust or they never make it, right? They die in college. So, first of all, that intangible that he brings to that football team, especially with a hot-headed head coach that fires guys and brings in new coordinators, and I mean, his ability to handle those adversities and deal with, not the best situations and still succeed is his superpower, number one. Number two, the answer to your question is no. He's never going to be a quarterback that's going to drop back and for 17 games out in a season is going to slice and dice and be super surgical in the pass game and win because he's throwing for 275, 300 yards a game, and he's leading the league in touchdowns and yards and all that kind of. He's never going to be the guy. Now, he may lead the league in touchdown to interception ratio, but he's not going to lead the league in just. He's never going to be that. He's not. That's not his talent. That's not what he brings to the game. His intangibles and Justin his tangible skill set is one of control, not fireworks. If that makes sense. Like his ability. Whether we're talking his body control and his ability to run the football and extend drives with his feet, or just his ability and how it allows him to control games better than most, it's just second to none. And so he's never going to get the credit that he deserves, but the reality of it is the dude's special, just as special as any of them other guys running around there.
All right, we're out of time. I want to thank Chris Crain, Hyundai, for your segment all season long. Look forward to having you back next fall, and we just ran over the top of the hour, but we'll live. We'll make that up. Clint, thank you, my friend. Enjoy it, and happy Valentine's Day again.
My man, appreciate that. Chris Crain, Hyundai, appreciate that, and go Hogs, baby.
All right, very good.
Check out the new location of Bell & Sword in Conway. Suits, shirts, vests, also polos with Arkansas logo gear from Johnny O and Peter Millar. A store within a store with Arkansas-made Martin Dingman shoes and leather goods. Fantastic service with a tailor-on staff to fit you perfectly. Go to the new location, Bell & Sword, 1011 Oak Street, Conway, or on Facebook and Instagram.
Sports talk and entertainment.
I can't understand you food in your mouth.
That'll put a smile on your face.
I'm being serious. I can't understand a word you're saying.
KABZ, Little Rock. Buzz News with KARK's Claire Kreitz.
Former Arkansas Governor Jim Guy Tucker has passed away at the age of 81 from an illness. He played a major part in Arkansas politics from 1970 through the 90s. Tucker served 2 terms as Arkansas's Attorney General, was a member of the U.S. Congress, and served as Lieutenant Governor during Bill Clinton's time at the state state capitol. He became Arkansas's 43rd governor once Clinton was elected president. A proposed constitutional amendment would create a Bill of Rights for those impacted by a violent or sex crime. The amendment would mandate that a crime victim be treated fairly and respectfully, including, if they wish, be informed whenever their assailant is in court or expected to be released. It allows victims to testify against assailants and to keep their personal information secure. If it passes the legislature, it will be placed before voters before it becomes law. This is Claire Kreitz for the Buzz Radio Network.
Are you still on the sidelines? Then it's time you suit up and get in the game. Download Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app, Bet Saracen, today.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Joel Young.
We're partly to mostly cloudy and a bit milder into Valentine's Day. Temperatures climbing up to about 49 or 50 in the afternoon. Then showers start to move in tonight after midnight, becoming more widespread and heavier into Saturday morning with temperatures down to 44. Then widespread heavy showers and storms on Saturday. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Joel Young.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please, turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
You go to the big box hardware store, ask a simple question, only to be told, yeah, I don't work in this department. You won't find that at Homer's Ace Hardware in Cabot, staffed with courteous and knowledgeable people who will assist you with a wide selection of products, like the Big Green Egg, Traeger, and Weber grills, as well as lawn and garden supplies, along with any electrical and plumbing needs for your home. Find them in Searcy, Beebe, and 207 South 2nd Street in Cabot. Homer's Ace Hardware. Need help? Ask Homer.
This is Pat Bradley for Wood Grill Buffet. Wood Grill has the state's largest and freshest buffet with 190 items, including 30 meat items, food bar, salad bar, and dessert bar. Wood Grill is open Thursday through Sunday for lunch and dinner. They have 2 large private dining rooms, and Wood Grill also does catering. Wood Grill Buffet can drop off any order with staff service for 25 to 1,000 people. Wood Grill is at exit 118 in Benton, 1916 Congo Road, or call 501-778-9656. Check them out.
Hey folks, Trey Johnson with HJ Trailer Sales. Thank you for making us the #1 North Star truck bed dealer in the world. We have the newly redesigned North Star beds in stock, plus RKI beds, Bedrock, Butler, and Wilrow. If you make a living with a trailer or use a trailer in any way, look up your Hometown Trailer Store on Facebook. Get big store amenities with hometown service. Stop by HJ Trailer Sales in Hot Springs or Paragould, or online at hjtrailersales.com.
This is the Pigskin Preacher, bringing you the word. Historically, leisure travel was for the rich, but Arthur Frommer changed all that with the publication of his eponymous travel guide, Europe on $5 a Day, in 1957. Frommer democratized travel and helped break down the intimidating hurdles of visiting foreign countries. He encouraged living like a local, eating at mom-and-pop restaurants, taking public transportation, and talking to locals. One of the best weapons against parochialism and prejudice is travel. Thanks goes to Arthur Frommer for showing us that you don't have to be rich to enjoy the world. Frommer would love Double B's $5 box. Hot, fresh, delicious chicken and biscuits are what the locals here eat, at least the locals with taste and an eye for value. Double B's. It's where you gas it, grab it, and go for Chester's chicken. That's Double B's.
Bale Chevrolet has proudly been serving Arkansas since 1912, and as we head into our 113th year, we're excited to keep that legacy going strong. That's right, over 110 years of unmatched dedication to our customers and their families. You can always count on us for great selection and our best prices. Right now, we're loaded with great new and pre-owned inventory.
Our commitment is to you every day. Shop Bale Chevrolet and BaleChevrolet.com today. Together, let's drive.
ZipRecruiter is the place. ZipRecruiter is the place for talented teachers, savvy software developers, and master mixologists. ZipRecruiter is the place where you meet all these people and more. That's because ZipRecruiter is the place for job seekers who are looking for new opportunities. In fact, ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day, so you can find the right candidates right away. It's no wonder that ZipRecruiter is the place for skilled skydiving instructors, accomplished airbrush artists, and proficient pediatricians. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter to hire, you're missing out. ZipRecruiter is the place that's so confident it can make your hiring easier that it lets you try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. So if you want the right candidates for all your roles, ZipRecruiter is the place to go. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Wes Moore. Coming up Friday on Out of Bounds, we'll get you set for the weekend. We got Arkansas A&M Saturday morning at 11 a.m. We'll preview that game. Plus, Steve Sullivan stops by at 2:10. We'll talk Razorback sports with him. Plus, Neil Atkinson from Bet Saracen. We'll see how the Super Bowl went for the Arkansas Gamblers. Also coming up on the show, we got Brian Edwards. We'll get his college basketball picks for the weekend. All that and a whole lot more coming up Friday on Out of Bounds.
You're in the zone, coming to you live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studio. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only casino resort. Now, here's Justin Acri and DJ Williams on the Buzz Radio Network.
This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name. He doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat of the mic. He feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know. But no, he knows the code. It's not about the salary, it's all about reality and making some noise, making a story.
Hello, and welcome back. It is 10:06. Thank you for being with us today on this Friday. Christian, how are we coming on our new segment? Shotgun working on our open?
I have Shotgun back. I have to fix the music.
Pixie and I played, I sent Christian the Dennis Leary song, I'm an A-hole. And if you've never heard the song before, it is a brilliant, brilliant piece of work. We're going to start a new segment. Philip, you'll appreciate this. Philip Martin joining us in studio as well. You guys have seen the Reddit posts where people say, AITA, am I the A-hole? And so I have a scenario that I'm going to present, and then I'm going to ask listeners to send in their own, like, if they're not sure, like, am I in the wrong here?
Right.
And I'm pretty sure I'm in the right in mine.
Okay.
What else would I think? But we're going to present this, but we're going to do it as a regular segment on the show, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And I think we can really help people through their tough times, because I think between me and DJ and Christian, we have almost, no knowledge at all, but we're going to have an opinion about it, and that'll be something.
I can see that.
I'm excited about it.
I like Dennis Leary. I find him very funny.
Yes.
He's got a new series.
Does he?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, it's Going Dutch or something on Fox.
Oh, yes. I saw that advertised. I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah.
I got to quit watching all these Dallas reruns. I've fallen in love with Larry Hagman all over again as JR.
He's looking for my ex-wife. He's looking for my ex-wife.
His ex-wife was in an episode of Dallas.
What have you been watching Landman? Did we talk about this?
I've seen all of it.
Oh, yeah.
Where is it?
Paramount Plus.
I don't think I have Paramount Plus.
Man, Billy Bob brings it in there.
Oh,
I've seen so many reels on different social media sites. I feel like I've watched it.
What'd you watch Yellowstone on?
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Same
wasn't
thing.
it?
Yeah.
It's one of those Taylor Sheridan shows.
Yeah.
I don't recall.
Allie Larder from Varsity Blues is pretty good in it.
Yeah.
And Jerry Jones is
Jones is a better actor than he is an owner. Yeah, my
much
goodness.
better actor.
I saw his speech. It was quite impressive.
It was. I was tearing up.
Really?
Yeah, I wanted to go.
It really was very
I wanted to
heartfelt.
go start exploring oil wells and drilling, even though I don't know anything about it.
Well, he knows more about oil than he does football, it looks like to me.
I think so.
Oh, Christian, did you get that spot, too, that we ran over? We need to get that made up. Okay, thank you. All right, it is 11:09, and coming up momentarily, we're going to talk to the great Tom Murphy, who actually sent me a really sweet note this week, and I really appreciate Tom. He's a good man. And a picture of me and John Neighbors and Tom and Bob Holt.
Nice.
All right.
What a treasure.
That's nice.
Oh, Tom is such a peach. I love him. Dave Van Horn has announced his starting lineup, and he's got a Canadian leading things off. Charles Davilan, Montreal, Quebec, Canada. He's a sophomore transfer from Florida Gulf Coast. This is the time of year where we get to know these guys. Getting to know you. There were some unfamiliar names in there for me today. Anyway, he batted .288 last year at Florida Gulf Coast as an Eagle down in the swamp. 10 home runs, and he led the team with 66 runs scored. Next up, a more familiar face, Vahiva Aloy, the 6'2", Jr., Sac State transfer. Then you've got Logan Maxwell. That's a good, solid name. Pigskin, he's an Ohio man from Lima, Ohio.
Lima, Ohio.
He's already questionable. You know who else is from Lima, Ohio?
No.
Les Miles, I think.
Oh. Well, he is
he's not, he should be.
He's a TCU transfer. Then you've got Brent Iredale. He's Australian. What a mix here. We're very international lineup.
Canadians and Australians?
He's a New Mexico JUCO transfer. Nolan Souza, familiar face. He is a very impressive-looking athlete, and you can hear him on Drive Time Sports. He is 6'3", 215. And Rocco Pepe, batting next. He is the Long Beach State / Fresno State transfer. Kendall Diggs, familiar face, from Olathe, Kansas. You know him all too well. Glad he's back. And then they got the catcher, Ryder Helfrich. Discovery Bay, California. I don't know where that is, but it sounds like a pleasant place. And then number 4, rounding out the lineup, that's Justin Thomas, not the golfer. He's an outfielder from Savannah, and he's a Florida Southwestern State transfer. Also spent some time at Georgia. Anyway, he rounds it out, and, of course, Gackle on the mound. So there you go. There's the lineup. We got a lot more to talk about sports-wise. Let's just bring in Tom, and we'll let him get into it with us. So, Tom, there you go. Opening day lineup is set for Arkansas, at least for Game 1, and we'll see if they change things up for Game 2. But plenty to choose from, certainly from an arm standpoint. And it's good that they've got a 4-game set going here. I'm excited about that because you want to get a lot of guys work before you head down to Arlington, I'm sure.
Yeah, man, good to be with y'all. Reporting live from Baum Walker Stadium, man.
Let's go.
Got the lineup pulled up. Thanks for calling it out, man. It's 43 degrees right here, but doggone, there's people here. It's happening. But there's something about baseball. It perks up my spirits, and I'm excited to be here. A lot of arms. I heard a guy when I was walking in. I don't know if he was doing a radio spot or just talking to a buddy. He goes, "This pitching order is so deep. There's 2 guys on here, and he didn't say names. You're not even going to see in 2025. That's how deep the Razorbacks are." So that's what Van Horn and Matt Hobbs are working with, and hopefully things fall into place for them. They get good right-lefty combos, and everybody finds their slots, and they have a good season.
Absolutely. Well, I don't want to say the I word, but we have had some issues with that over the years, so it's good to have lots of depth just on the off chance that somebody does get dinged up. And I'm excited to see a healthy Kendall Diggs back for his senior season. That'll be fun. What do you know about Davilan? And were you surprised at all that he was named the opening day leadoff man, or was that kind of the plan coming in?
I think that was the plan. He's a speed guy. He's a contact guy. He can speak French, and so they've got two international locker rooms these Razorbacks have with the French and the Australian and the Hawaiians, and I just think it's cool that you just find all the right pieces and make your locker room work. But Davilan had batted leadoff and I think some in fall, also in spring, so it was anticipated. And then with Thomas, he's also a speed guy, so I think Dave Van Horn is big on the extended leadoff, so you have him in the 9-hole too, and if he's on base, then you can hit and run and send him and stuff like that. So, it's hopefully things fall in place. Diggs stays healthy and right, and they get the pieces like they need them.
I know they were playing around with him at first base, Tom, and maybe some DH too. You expect Kendall to stay in right field all season?
Yeah, they got a big combination of guys, and they can play first, including Rocco Pepe, Michael Anderson. There's some other guys, and then Cam Cozile, the second base transfer from Vandy. We'll probably see him at least DH this weekend, and Dave's talked about possibly moving him around if his bat is so critical that they need him. So, they're going to do some experimentation, obviously. Probably give him a little bit of work at second, but he even mentioned catcher for him. And Helfrich needs to hit better. I mean, he had some good power, but he's got to get his average up this year. You need your catcher, even if he's great defensively, you want him hitting 200 or better.
Right. It seemed like there was a really good competition at catcher last year, and I don't really recognize these other names on here, I guess. Elliot Peterson's listed as a catcher, and then Carson Willis, who's a Rogers kid, who's a freshman. But Helfrich's obvious, I would think, to be the guy if he can get the bat going.
Yeah, I mean, there's some potential at backup at catcher. In fact, Will McIntyre mentioned a young man the other day, and I can't pull up his name because I'm not looking at the roster. But
Zane Becker's another kid that's listed at catcher, too, so those are the four.
It's an important position for Dave Van Horn. Of course, they value being able to receive the ball and throwing at catcher over offense. So every offense is a bonus. But Hudson White was good there. He had a kind of a mid-season slump, but he came on late. He was good, and Helfrich did well in his position. But Dave Van Horn says if there's 50, if there's 25, 50 balls in a game, and your catcher's giving you, 18, 15, 13, 14, 15 of those, which Helfrich can do, it can make the difference in a game.
That's true. Talking to Tom Murphy on the Jim's Raceback Pizza Hotline from the Arkansas Democrat Gazette, Philip Martin and the Pigskin Preacher here in studio along with Christian Weaver and myself, Justin Acri. Let me ask you about Aloy's brother. Haven't heard much about him since he got to campus. We were all excited that he was rejoining his brother, transferring in from BYU. Haven't heard much about him. What kind of role you expect from him this year as a sophomore?
Well, that's a good question. He hasn't been super productive in the spring, from what I'm told. I haven't been able to get to many of the scrimmages. I went to one, but not in the lineup today. Obviously has some power. It's just a matter of can he hit, SEC level pitching, and I'm sure he'll get some chances. Here's the thing: you got to have a good deep bench if someone goes down, and Aloy, you're talking about, could be a first base, could be outfield, could be a DH. So I'm sure he'll get a shot here and there. I mean, think of last year's roster, Jason Jones, a guy who might play once in a week. But if you get your shot and you're in that position, and you go 2 for 4 on a given day, then you're going to get more playing time. And that's just the way it works. It's that competitive here.
Tom, who's the closer to start here?
Yeah, it's got to be Christian Fouch, hitting over 100 miles an hour with a fastball, bringing good velo. And but the Carson Wiggins, he's got, Dave Van Horn called it easy heat at 98. So he has the potential and could be a starter at some point, or could be a closer. And they're going to experiment around. I mean, here's the thing: if you need to go a 3-inning close or something, you can use Will McIntyre. There's multiple options. Parker Coyle could probably get a couple out in the game, and there's several other guys.
Yeah. Well, you got and then you get the big tuna back this year, and Bybee and a bunch of. I mean, you got a bunch of guys there.
Exactly.
Dylan Carter.
Yeah, big fan.
There's so much depth, and it's just going to be so competitive to get on the mound. And then the midweek starters. I mean, is that Big Tuna? Is that Bybee? Is that the fourth guy from this weekend's rotation? All questions to be answered as the season progresses.
Absolutely. Let's shift to basketball, Tom, and Arkansas with a game. Like I said the other day, again, I'm not going to poo-poo anything. I mean, it wasn't a great win, but it would have been a horrific loss. You had to win it to stay on track here. I was looking through ESPN's predictions, and they've got Arkansas favored in 4 games that remain out of the 6. Now, that's not to say that they're going to win all of them, but if they do, is 8-10 enough? That's the question going into the conference tournament. Probably get you a reasonably soft matchup, at least by SEC standards, on day 1 of the tournament, maybe at that point. Or maybe, if you get to 9-9 somehow, maybe you're not playing until day 2, and I don't think at that point it really matters. But what are you expecting here, and how you feel at this point for Arkansas with A&M looming this weekend?
Yeah, absolute fringe team. You're right. It had to be LSU. I don't think you could have afforded that loss. But if the ESPN numbers are good and they win 4, they're in there, in my opinion. They're a classic bubble team right now. In fact, the guys were telling me when I showed up today that Joe Lenardi had Arkansas as the last team in and the first team out. and he had to correct that today. So they are, they're team 68/69 right now. And I don't know. I have a decent feel about maybe the direction they're heading, particularly because I think they're going to get more out of Brazil, and they do, and they have to get it too.
Yeah,
it can't just be Big Z, giving you stuff down low. So A&M, tough draw. But I think there's a stretch. I think there's a couple of back-to-back road games. It's Vandy and some other game, and if they can get one of those 2, and then just hold serve at home, beat Missouri at home, beat Texas at home, I think there's a path for them.
Yeah, South Carolina's the other one you're thinking of, and you definitely need to get one of those, I would think. You're going to be favored, according to the information from ESPN, at South Carolina. Not at Vanderbilt, but at South Carolina for sure. But they're both doable for sure, I would think, and not the most hostile environments from a basketball standpoint.
Exactly. Vandy's been really tough at home. They've got 2 court stormings already and another big win over Texas, I think. So they're going to be tough. But if Arkansas can put it together and shoot well against them, and then beat South Carolina, man, that could be the way in right there.
We had a big debate this week. Morning show guys and I went back and forth, and after they lost 5 and Boogie went down, I kind of gave up on him, I'm not going to lie. I mean, I don't think you take one of your best players off the team and all of a sudden turn things around. It was a little bit unlikely, but Arkansas certainly has done a good job. They have turned it over less in the second 5. Now they played 6 games, but I looked at the first 5, second 5. First 5 games to me were tougher as a collection of games than the second 5. They turned it over 8 less times, and really Boogie was not a turnover guy. He only turned it over 4 times in the first 5 games when he was playing. He didn't shoot it very well, though, and he certainly contributed to what was 25% from 3 in the first 5 games in conference play. They upped that to 35%, not counting the LSU game, and but again, I don't think it was just Boogie. What in your mind has been the biggest key to them stepping up and playing better? Is it making shots? That's part of it, obviously. Is it more than that? What do you think has been the key for them?
Yeah, I just think overall offensive efficiency has been the biggest thing. And then John L. Davis increased production. He did not finish at the rim very well at all against LSU. I'll move, Matt. He didn't play well, didn't finish at the rim against LSU, but he to me, he's a big key. His scoring and everything else he can produce. But, I also just think they've made teams guard them a lot harder. And there's something to that. They weren't making the defense work early in conference play, and they've made defenses work harder lately.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's fair. Any optimism for the A&M game or the Auburn game coming up, or you just sort of move on and look at the rest?
Well, I think they'd have to shoot close to 50% to have a chance against A&M, and they are. I think they might be the toughest defending team in the conference. So that's a really hard ask. And then obviously Auburn, ranked number 1 still. We'll see what they look like coming off the Alabama game tomorrow.
Yeah,
but they're tough, and they at home court is really. You watched how Florida beat them. That was almost a textbook. You can hardly play better than Florida did.
Yeah,
and that's what it took to beat them down there.
Absolutely. All right. We already talked about gymnastics a little bit. Women's basketball team continues to struggle. And I don't know, anything else we need to hit on, Tom? What are we missing? Anything of note? I guess we talked a little about the combine, and one of the debates we had, or discussions, it wasn't a debate, but a discussion was about Tesla. Kind of an intriguing prospect, got invited to the combine, and he's a guy that may not have been on a lot of people's radar. The other guys we sort of expected to be invited with Jaquindon Jackson and Gregory and Landon Jackson, and because of his production, obviously you figured Armstrong would get invited, but Tesla's kind of intriguing. What do you think he's going to do? You think he's got a chance to be a wow guy at the combine with some of the things he does from a testing standpoint?
Well, there's some comps that have made it in the NFL, as y'all know, 6'2", 6'3", not going to wow you with speed at all, but good route runner. I really liked his first year. They would throw sideline balls to him, and he would beat DBs. He would make one-handed catches, toe tap, and all the things you do if you're a good receiver. He caught a great pass on, I think, 4th down against Missouri on that last drive over the middle and got crunched. So he's willing to go over the middle. If he shows the eagerness to do whatever it takes to make a team, I'm sure he'll make it at camp somewhere. And then it's a matter of I read a little testimonial George Wilson wrote the other day. It was very moving when Dick Duran passed away. You might look that up.
Okay.
Former Arkansas guy. They wanted him at receiver, and it wasn't making the roster. He was making practice squads, and then Dick Duran said, "Try safety one more time." And we saw what George Wilson turned into in the NFL.
No doubt.
So it's going to take that type of determination for Isaac Tesla, I think, to make it.
Yeah, that is a great story too. I love George Wilson, and it was one of those guys that swapped positions. There was a pretty good tight end that ended up being a really good tackle in the NFL. You may remember from Arkansas as well.
Man.
So sometimes
it
works out that way. Well, Tom, listen, enjoy it. I know you love baseball, and heck, they're going to give you a Sunday off. So I mean, what more could you ask for? Come on now, you get 2 today.
It's lovely, man.
Yep.
I'm very happy to be at the field today.
Yeah,
lovely.
Like Ernie Banks used to say, let's play 2. So today it is happening in Fayetteville. It's a good way to start the season, chilly though it may be. Tom, enjoy it. I appreciate you, my friend. Have a great weekend.
You betcha, man. Take care.
All right, buddy.
Sorry, Matt.
Yeah, Matt. Get out of his face, Matt. He's trying to do his job.
Yeah.
Punk. Is that Matt Jones? Put him over my knee. Philip, what do you and the wife got planned today? Did you forget it was Valentine's
No,
Day?
I didn't forget.
You just don't care.
I've got some wine that's coming. It's not here yet.
You ordered it?
Yeah.
I didn't think they were doing liquor delivery yet.
You're not supposed to. Yeah, you're not supposed to do it, but they do it.
Would you get it on
At least you're not saying on statewide radio.
I have a gig. I'm blowing my cover here. I have a gig where I do some stuff for the California Wine Growers Association, so they send me stuff every once in a while, and I'm supposed to get a special shipment, and it's supposed to be there now.
What is it?
Oh, it's just some nice reds, just some nice
Cab?
big. Yeah.
We're not drinking Merlot.
Riesling.
Actually, we could have a discussion about Merlot sometime.
I like Merlot.
I do too.
I'm very upset about the way that trashed the industry.
Exactly. What I like, I have some really good red blends.
Yes, I love red blends.
Yes.
I'm with you. Good red blends,
so
great.
They've got that coming, and we're going to do something for dinner tonight. I don't know what, but
we eat in or we go out?
Oh, we're going to eat in tonight.
Who's cooking?
Karen's cooking. I don't cook anymore. I mean, I haven't cooked.
What do you mean anymore? You aged out?
Yeah. Well, I got married.
So I got married, so he wouldn't have to cook.
I did too. And then instead of cooking for one, I cook for three.
Yeah.
So some guys it works out that way.
And we just got back from Savannah Hilton Head, so that was nice. That was nice.
Do you have any shrimp and grits?
Actually, we did. There's a
Nice.
there is a, and I can't think of the name of it. There is a little low country. Oh, what's the Gullah restaurant?
Yeah,
that's right off the island of
Gullah Island. I used to watch that with my kids.
Yeah, right off
Great
off Hilton Head that
Yeah.
we go to sometimes. Yeah, it was nice.
From the 530 says California. I don't know why I thought that was Portland. That Philly parade is so beautiful. Happy day for those fans. Enjoy. Peace. Look, I'm happy for the Eagles.
Yeah, good for the Eagles.
I don't give a crap about Philly.
Question of the day, by the way, is what is your favorite rom-com / chick flick? In honor of Valentine's Day, what's your favorite?
Boy, I could do a whole show on that.
Yeah.
Well, give us a couple.
I'd have to say Honora.
Hey, how about that? Let me ask you this. Not the sidebar. I'll come back to that. It won the Critics' Choice Award.
Yeah.
Is that indicative at all of what happens at the Oscars or not? Typically,
not terribly. The Critics' Choice Awards, no, they don't really have the other industry. Those, producers guilds, screen actors guilds, they have more to do. And it's understandable because those are the people that actually vote in this.
Mm-hmm.
But just the Critics' Choice, no, it's.
I would say Moonstruck is one of my favorites.
Moonstruck's nice.
I don't know how much of a chick flick it is, but it's definitely a rom-com.
If it's a rom-com, it counts. Yeah, that's part of it.
Yeah, it's excellent. That's probably my pinnacle.
I got one that if you had 1,000 guesses, you wouldn't guess.
Well, first of all, I didn't know you were into that kind of film, but go ahead.
I'm not. It's not really technically this, but it kind of is.
Let me take one guess.
What?
Sleeping with Other People, 2015. Jason Sudeikis, Allison Brie.
Wow, that was really.
I've seen that, and I love Jason Sudeikis, but no.
Oh, okay. It's
it
a really
was
good
one
film.
that was like 40-something years ago with James Garner and Sally Field.
I love that
Oh,
movie.
That
yeah,
just killed me, man. I just love that.
What is that? What was the name of that?
It's not Places in the Heart.
No.
No, that was a farm movie.
Yeah,
or
that
something,
was.
But
No,
Garner was great.
He was
in it.
great in
Garner's
it.
great in it.
He's so good.
I remember that movie very well. It was excellent.
That's Jim Harbaugh's favorite TV
What's it called,
show, The
Kristen?
Rockford
Murphy's
Files.
Romance.
Murphy's Romance.
Murphy's Romance is really good.
That movie.
That's a great one.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, she's asking about his personal life, and he says, well, I just kind of do my own thing, and then every once in a while I have this lady that comes over for dinner. She's there for breakfast.
Exactly.
I remember that line.
Yeah.
Something to that effect. And she got the picture. And then she has the crazy, annoying ex-husband that shows up, and he sort of puts him in his place a couple of times. It's pretty good stuff. But, yeah, that's a good flick. That's a good one.
I'd forgotten about that, but you're right. That might have... Yeah, I made a list. It might have cracked my list if I'd have thought of it.
James Garner's a smooth brother.
He
really was.
You got a good list of Valentine's movies for us in a bit?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, hold on to that. Let's do that after the break, after we talk to Zach.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to congratulate the Big Ten winning the last 2 national championships, says this person, now giving them 4 to tie the ACC since 1998 when the BCS started. The SEC has 15 in that 26-year span.
You know my feelings about rooting for conferences. I think it's idiotic. And here's what I would say. Michigan has 2 in the last since 1997. So I don't care about everybody else. And Ohio State can drop dead.
I recognize Nebraska as the 97 champion.
No, they're not. And
I'm
don't
kidding.
ever say that in my presence. You and I will fight.
Did USA Hockey beat Finland last night? I can't say that I watched.
Yes, they
Yes,
did.
they did.
The Kachuk brothers,
both
showed up
scored
big.
2 goals each.
Yes, they did. Keith's boys.
Mm-hmm.
There needs to be a Kachuk.
Kachuk.
That'd be a great name.
Definitely Maybe's a good movie, this person says.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that. It's not bad.
I like Crazy Stupid Love. You remember the Steve Carell?
It's a good one.
Yeah.
The Ugly Truth with Gerald Butler and Katherine Heigl. Can't say I saw that one.
What about the one with Carell and somebody else where they're waiting for the end of the world or something?
Oh, yeah. I forgot
It's called
that.
Waiting for the End of the World.
Is that what it is?
I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
something.
devastating.
I like the movie he did with Ryan Gosling where Ryan Gosling ends up dating his daughter.
Crazy Stupid Love.
Is that it?
Yeah.
I like that one.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Gosling's really good.
Also, I like that one where... No, I'm kidding. Same movie. This one says Pretty Woman. No one cares about Michigan. Pretty Woman, says Jason and Cabot.
Pretty Woman.
One person cares about Michigan.
That's the 2023 national champion for the dude that didn't care.
Forget Paris, While You Were Sleeping, and Sleepless in Seattle.
Forget Billy Crystal.
I liked Forget Paris. It was kind of cute.
Forget Paris.
Sleepless in Seattle is the same movie as You've Got Mail, right?
Right.
Yes.
Basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they made twice as much money, I guess. that way.
Same people.
Yeah.
But Sleepless in Seattle is better because it's the original, right?
I agree.
Okay.
I'm with you. I don't know what that means.
When
Okay.
Harry Met Sally's.
Way up on my list.
Maybe top
Phenomenal.
3? Top
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Nice Hellman's commercial, too, by the way, over the weekend.
Yeah.
Per earlier discussion, were we having this discussion? Intelligent players making it to the NFL. We were talking about, that's right, Harvard or Ivy
Geniuses.
Leaguers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thomas Booker, Tanner McKee for the Eagles, Justin Reed with the Chiefs, graduated from Stanford with all academic honors. Not sure their ACT scores. I'm guessing they were pretty good. I'm sure there are many more really smart ones that are good enough to make it to the league. Who was the Fitzgerald, right? Or
Larry
Fitzpatrick.
Oh,
Fitzpatrick.
yeah.
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Harvard. Yeah, Ryan
exactly.
Fitzpatrick.
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Jason Garrett, Princeton.
Yes.
Yeah. Dick Duran, that was just mentioned, Yale.
This person says best rom-com, Sweet Home Alabama. I'll have to agree to disagree.
No, because it's got
Reese
Witherspoon in it.
and Josh.
That's a disqualifier.
This person says the
Josh
proposal.
Lucas.
Yes.
Yeah.
The proposal. The proposal's a good one. That's the one with
Sandra Bee and
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Yeah, before he was going after Justin Baldoni full time. Back in the day.
So I guess Wonderland is not considered a rom-com.
Wonderland.
Yeah. Val Kilmer. Yeah.
Wonderland, the
Yes.
movie about John Holmes?
Another Josh
No.
Lucas movie. Yeah.
Yeah. He was great in that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I so hope
Josh
that
Lucas.
Honora
Ron
wins
Wong.
the Best Picture. I really want Honora to win.
I don't see it.
Did you vote? Do you get a vote?
I do not get a vote in that. No.
What would you vote for if you're going to vote?
I'd go Brutalist, but
Okay.
Honora's in the top 3.
Two.
It'd be one of the.
I think Conclave's going to win.
You do?
I do.
Okay.
It could. I think it could. I think it's one of those that has a
Solid
chance.
movie.
I think A Complete Unknown has a chance, has a puncher's chance.
Really?
Yeah. I think it has a chance just because it's going to be number 2 or number 3 on everybody's ballot and the way these ballots are.
Is this a year we get a split with director and picture, you think?
Yeah, I think so. I think most of the time we get that. It's just like I don't understand it. If you do the best picture, then you're the best director.
Sometimes.
I feel like Corbett kind of deserves it for The Brutalist.
Good, they can give it to him, and then they give Honora the Best Picture.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't care who wins.
Yeah. You won't remember who wins.
I don't remember who won last year.
Exactly.
Who won last year? Exactly. Yeah. Cash. You'll remember that when you go for dinner. 501-850-0265. Now, I can't guarantee you can get in on Valentine's Day.
Oppenheimer.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, you're right.
I voted for
Who won
Barbie.
Director, did no one?
Greta Gerwig.
No.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know if there was a split.
I don't know. I think it was a split.
Can I talk about Cash?
Go ahead.
Thank you. You want something memorable? Cash. I can't get over this special I had the other day. I saw Rush last night. I was in the middle of my broadcast, so I didn't get a chance to talk to him. Rush, gotta help me out here. Come on. Anyway, I can't guarantee you can get in tonight because it's Valentine's Day. I imagine they have a lot of reservations, but you can always try. Go to their website, CACHELittleRock.com. It is a great way to tell that special someone that special something. 501-850-0265. You can holler at them for a reservation as well. Or if you need event space, it is a great spot, especially that upstairs area. Great service. Rob and the whole team upstairs, the bartender staff, the servers, the chef, obviously. Payne does a great job, and they're always coming up with new fun features. And they've also got a special menu that they're doing. You can order off the regular menu, too, but they're doing a special deal today and tomorrow. I saw this week in the Democrat Gazette. So more details. Pop in there. Go see them. But I would call ahead for sure. They definitely can go, I'm sure, accommodate you for lunch. Not a lot of people do Valentine's Day lunch dates. That's pretty smart if you can do it, I would think. Avoid the crowds.
Yeah.
Anyway, go see them. They're in the River Market. Free valet parking. Hello. You're welcome. Go see our friends at Cash. It's 11:34. We'll talk to Zack on the other side.
Coach Z joins Out of Bounds Weekly, brought to you by Telco Credit Union. When you're a first-time home buyer, refinancing, or need an auto loan, Telco Credit Union can help at telco.com.
This is SportsCenter.
Last night in college basketball, Wood Rock beat Tennessee Tech 79-75 to improve to 11-5 in OVC play. The Trojans had 3 players lead them in scoring as Toon Gatkak, Mwani Wilkinson, and Isaiah Lewis all had 17. Wood Rock won't play again until next Thursday. This weekend in college basketball around the Natural State, Arkansas will go to College Station to take on 8th-ranked Texas A&M at 11 a.m. on ESPN. Radio coverage can be heard on The Buzz. Arkansas State will host Troy at 7 on ESPN. The Red Wolves are first in the Sun Belt, while the Trojans are tied for second. Central Arkansas will host North Florida at 3:30 on ESPN+, and Pine Bluff will host Alabama State at 5:30. I'm Christian Weaver with The Buzz Radio Network.
Whatever you're doing this weekend, if it doesn't involve fast horses, daily doubles, high fives, and corned beef sandwiches, you may be doing it wrong. Every weekend through May 3rd, Oaklawn has live thoroughbred racing. Whether your Oaklawn is cheering from the home stretch, dining in the Bugler restaurant, or raising a glass at the First Turn bar, your race day is whatever you want it to be. Make reservations today at Oaklawn.com.
This is my Oaklawn.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, you want to know what really happened here in Hot Springs? I'm not talking, but there's a guy at 510 Central Avenue in Hot Springs, a wise guy. He'll tell you all you need to know, but not enough to get you whacked. Your hope. The Gangster Museum of America. TGMOA.com.
Experience the rich history of America's first resort at the Gangster Museum of America and the Hattery. Check out the Gangster Museum of America, 510 Central Avenue, 501-318-1717, or visit us at TGMOA.com.
February might be short on days, but we're long on deals at Gwatney Chevrolet. Get behind the wheel of a 2024 Chevrolet Trax for as low as $299 a month, or take up to $13,500 off a brand new 2025 Chevrolet Silverado. We have cars in stock as low as $3,999. But hurry, these deals won't last forever. Save big before the end of the month. Visit us at 1301 T.P. White Drive in Jacksonville today. Chevrolet, together, let's drive. With approved credit restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
For 54 years, you've trusted Sigma Supply for all your packaging and shipping needs. And now, as part of Brady Plus, they've got even more to offer. From janitorial supplies, facility essentials, and food service disposables, Sigma Supply has you covered. And ordering is a breeze with over 50,000 new products online at sigmasupply.com. And do not forget to call sales manager David Breitenberg at 1-800-264-1661 and ask for the Buzz discount. Remember, if you're not using Sigma Supply, you've got low-grade product, man.
With the cold weather here, don't get caught off guard by power outages. At Generator Supercenter of Little Rock, you can have a Generac standby generator installed to keep your home safe and secure in the harshest conditions. Now is the perfect time to buy. With monthly payments as low as $149, you can have a Generac generator installed to keep your home safe and warm. Visit them today on Chenal Parkway in Little Rock or online, GeneratorSuperCenterofLittleRock.com.
Looking for something to do this weekend, especially since a lot of people will be recognizing President's Day? You might as well head on out to the Spa City. I'm talking Oaklawn. They're going to have the ponies racing. That's right. Live racing will be Monday, so make it a whole weekend. It's going to be a great one. And I'm telling you that once you're there, you may want to stick around a lot, and they got a lot more to offer than just the races. I'm talking a smoke-free casino where they got roulette, 3-card poker, blackjack, whatever it is. It's going to be fun at Oaklawn. Also, you get a little hungry, they got you covered too. I'm talking some of the best restaurants that they have to offer here in the Natural State. You can book a reservation at the Bugler or at the Oak Room. You can't miss with either one. And once again, that spa over there, once again, recognized in Forbes magazine. I'm telling you, they're really trying to take care of you by offering the best experience that Arkansas has to offer. And you might as well make it a stay. Book your reservation at Oaklawn.com.
For me, the sun rises and sets with
The Zone.
Yeah.
We know how you feel. Don't worry. You're back in the zone with Justin Acri and DJ Williams on the Buzz Radio Network. Now, it's time to learn the biggest lines of the weekend. It's Better Bets with Oaklawn's Director of Sports Wagering, Zack Gillham. Oaklawn Sports, Arkansas's best sports betting app.
Welcome in, Zach. We honor the end of the football season. Zach, welcome back. I'm a little, I get some mixed emotions over here. The good news is it's almost NCAA tournament time, and we're going to be just fine again. How are you?
Yeah, absolutely. At first I thought maybe you were telling me I got in trouble for throwing horns down last night. So
well,
I thought that maybe that was a sign-off for me.
Let me tell you something. We're going to be saving the day soon enough, my friend. Ah, yes. Give me tourney time. Give me Arkansas in the tourney, please. Pretty significant birthday related to the NCAA tournament. We're going to talk about coming up in a bit as well. Zach, the only way you're going to get in trouble with me is if you don't save me a hat from President's Day. I got to travel to Charlotte, and I can't be there. Otherwise, I would.
I will definitely get you a hat. And talking tournament time, Arkansas to make the field of 68, it's on the board. It has been plus money for the last week or two. It has now moved to the minus money. It's minus 125. So the hope is there.
So minus 125 to make the tournament. What is it to not make the tournament?
It is minus 105 on the no side.
So Pixium basically even money if you want to bet on it that Arkansas does not make the NCAA tournament this year. But it's not too bad odds that they will. So that's a great wager, Zach. So you feeling cocky and confident? Go for it. Hey, Basil, you talked a lot of noise this week, big fella. While you were forgetting Valentine's Day, why don't you put your money where your mouth is and wager on Arkansas to make the tournament? Let's see how it goes. I hope you're right, though, by the way. It'll be a lot more fun for us.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And the game for tomorrow against Texas A&M, not quite on the board yet, but it should be up within the hour. I expect that's going to be anywhere from 8 to 9 points, looking at Arkansas being the dog there. So going to have a tough matchup tomorrow, a road win that would be very, very nice in terms of getting into the tournament.
That's what I was kind of figuring, Zach. I think you nailed it on the line. I think that's about right. Don't have a line yet, I assume, on number 1 versus number 2 in Tuscaloosa, but that'll be a very well-watched game, I'm sure, this weekend as well.
Yeah, and that one actually has hit the board. That's the only game for Saturday that has posted. Right now, Alabama minus 1.5 in that, and the total at 171.5. So pretty big total.
How do you guys feel about that game at Tuscaloosa? Auburn invading their neighbors.
I like the home team, even though they've lost at home. I think they defend the home court.
I think Janai has 25-12, and Auburn goes in and scores the upset, but we'll see. That's a good game, though. I like that line, too, Zach. Arkansas A&M, again, 11 o'clock tomorrow, 10:30 pregame. You'll hear it on the Buzz, so make sure you don't miss that. And A&M's got a tough schedule coming up. My goodness, they still have. A&M's got Mississippi State on the road, Tennessee at home, Vanderbilt at home, at Florida, Auburn at home, and then they finish at LSU. But anyway, next up, Arkansas. Speaking of Arkansas, Zach, how about baseball? College baseball is upon us, and I saw a line on Arkansas. You're going to have to lay a bunch to win a little on the baseball game if you go straight up, but I assume there's going to be a run line at some point if there isn't one yet.
Yeah, I have not seen the run line quite post yet. That's something that, if it doesn't hit today, keep your eye on the board. That will continue to expand as the season goes on. As you said, Arkansas posts about minus 400. They're all the way to minus 835 as we speak. So very heavy favorite against Washington State in this opener. If you're looking for the regular season win total, that is still on the board. It is currently at 42.5 for the Razorbacks. There are other SEC teams and some other top 25 teams listed as well.
Is it worth it to bet $20 on Washington State at 5-1? I don't know, maybe. Baseball's a weird game, but Arkansas will certainly be fired up, and I imagine they'll probably roll today. Is it other baseball on the board or just Arkansas?
There is other baseball on the board, a lot of baseball actually on the board.
Okay.
So, LSU is even a heavier favorite, minus 1667. They're facing Purdue Fort Wayne. Oklahoma the same against their opponent, Lay. There are, it looks like about 40 games on the board. Some have run lines and totals, some do not.
Yeah.
So you're just going to have to pick and choose as you look through there. And then, as I said, if you've been following for the last few years, the wagering menu just keeps expanding for some of these leagues that are maybe newer to the wagering. So I expect as this season goes, we'll see more and more ads.
If anybody is willing to bet $1,667 to win $100 on LSU over Purdue Fort Wayne, please send me your ticket on our D3 Auto Sales text line because I would like to call you out and give you a little credit. That takes a big pair. Let me just say that. By the way, how about Nebraska playing UC Irvine? I don't know if that's a true road game or a neutral site, but the Anteaters are a 1.5-run underdog. I think I might take Nebraska in that game. They're probably thrilled to get out of the cornfields and go out there and play in a little better weather for some baseball, so that's pretty good. You also got an Arizona-Ole Miss opening day matchup here. That's a 1.5 run line as well, with the Wildcats favored against Ole Miss over in Oxford. So let's go Zona.
And as you said, Nebraska minus 104 money line, so close to even money there, and then Arizona minus 110, Ole Miss minus 118.
Okay. There's a lot of good run lines on here. So there's a lot of them that are 1 and 1.5, 2.5. So yeah, if you want to get into that, Oaklawn Sports. What else is pressing, Zach? Well, women's basketball, big upset last night for those who missed it. And UCLA finally falls. They were on the road, and I sent this to Zach last night. You guys want to hear about a crazy game? Women's basketball is pretty wild anyway, but Zach and I were texting last night. This is the third quarter. It's a tight game at the half. Third quarter, UCLA outscores USC 17-9. In the fourth quarter, Juju Watkins goes off. Yep. They outscore UCLA 24-8 in the final quarter and win the game by 11. How do you do? Anyway, one bad quarter cost UCLA a victory and a perfect record. By the way, USC's pretty good. They're 22-2.
Did they do that thing where they both wear the home uniforms?
I don't know that.
They do that in football when they play.
Sorry, Zach, what?
No, you're fine. The good news there is, the UCLA odds to win it all had been dropping, and they went back up just a little bit. So if you're still high on them, I mean, everybody has a bad game. They're now plus 500 to win it all.
I like it. What else do we need to wager on today? Or what else is available?
So college hockey. College hockey is on the board. This is something we have not offered. Yes.
Oh, here we go.
We have, looks like half a dozen games on the board for tonight. Michigan, Minnesota.
Pigskin.
6 o'clock.
We're not that good this year.
Well, Minnesota's always good in hockey.
Michigan State's really good this year.
Are they?
Go figure.
Michigan is the favorite in this one, minus 150 on the money line.
How about that? I got to be honest, I have not really considered that. Maybe I can bet on my old hometown UMD, the Minnesota Duluth Bulldogs. They got a pretty good program up there. Mm-hmm. They're very much
and that kind of coincides with any of those hockey fans out there. If you've been following, the Four Nations tournament is going on right now, which is USA, Canada, Finland, and Sweden.
That's right.
So NHL's on about a week break, and that is available for wagering as well. USA is leading right now. Their next match, Saturday night against Canada, where it's about a pick-up, minus 109 on USA, minus 112 on Canada.
Wisconsin's favorite over Ohio State, Pigskin. I know how much you hate the Buckeyes, so it's an opportunity to bet against them again if you're interested in hockey. And my matchup of the day, the UMass Amherst Boston College hockey matchup.
Ooh, the Terriers.
Oh, listen. Two men enter, one man leaves. I mean, somebody's going to have to get out of Massachusetts after that one's over.
Yeah.
So, just saying. Zach, I think that's all we have time for. I appreciate you. OaklawnSports.com.
Yeah, absolutely. Daytona 500,
Oh,
not
yeah.
going to run through the odds. That is this weekend. And then also it is the All-Star weekend, so you have, for the NBA, so you have All-Star game and three-point contest on the board as well.
Good luck betting on the All-Star game.
Yes.
God almighty.
Man.
What's the over on that? 7,000?
Yeah, I bet they're playing no defense.
Yeah.
That's what I bet.
Per usual. But it's good to have it offered. There will be some people that will wager on it without a doubt. It's good to have it available, I think. Zach, I appreciate you, brother. Have a good weekend, and we will talk to you soon. Unless you don't give me a hat, then I'll never talk to you again.
Yeah, I will find you a hat, sir. Y'all have a great weekend.
What a friend I am. I'm like, listen, we have a good friendship, but it's quid pro quo, okay?
Sure.
You bring me a hat, we're friends.
Transactional completely.
Completely.
At me.
Listen, I don't ask for much. This is my Valentine's Day
Big box
wish.
of that. That's what
All I want's a hat. All right, Zach, enjoy your weekend, my friend. You got a favorite rom-com? We were talking about rom-coms earlier. Or favorite romantic movie?
Oh, rom-com. Not off the top of my head.
You know what?
I'm sure if you threw a few at me, I would agree with you. Or
You hold on to your man card for the weekend. That's fine. It's cool. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I got 1 million of them. I gave mine up years ago. We'll talk to you next week. Appreciate it.
All right, y'all have a great weekend.
All right, very good. Philip's got a list of movies for us when we come back. Stick
Oh,
around.
yeah, I got a list.
Jim's Razorback Pizza is the place to visit when craving some delicious, authentic pizza. They're known for amazing thin crust pies and the best Detroit-style deep dish pizza in town. You can also order freshly baked pasta or wings, along with specialty baked sandwiches, fries, and signature salads. If you're looking for a great place to watch the game and the most accommodating service around, they'll save you a seat at Jim's Razorback Pizza in Little Rock and Morgan Maumelle.
Hey, it's Brooke here, and at Crain Hyundai, we've got a huge selection of pre-loved vehicles like never before. Late models loaded with new technology? Check. Payments to fit any budget? Check. Silverados, Civics, Broncos, and more. Check, check, check. Banks that love to say yes? You know it.
Our pre-loved inventory has never been better than now. Come visit your friends at Crain Hyundai on Museum Road in Conway and online at chriscrainhyundai.com.
Pickup truck, sports car, motorcycle, minivan, townhouse, two-story, farmhouse, fixer-upper. What you drive and where you live is different for everyone. So it's important to have insurance that fits your needs and is just right for you. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that, which is why our agents help you design a comprehensive auto, home, and life insurance plan. Insurance that fits just right.
See Shelter Agent Richard Yeager in Little Rock or Todd Martin or Seth Boyd in Jacksonville.
Bannister Leibwang presents UCA Bear Lane Taylor when he gets in the zone with Justin and DJ each Wednesday. Lane Taylor in the zone every Wednesday, courtesy of Bannister Leibwang Clinic in Conway, taking care of Conway for over 60 years.
If you have a passion for adventure and unmatched quality, then head to Honda of North Little Rock for the best lineup of quality motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides. They have Honda's best models and will find the perfect ride just for you. That's Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
This is Justin Acri from my friends at Stoerner Pro Painters. Thinking about a renovation? Start simple. Painting is the easiest way to transform your home and breathe new life into your space. At Stoerner Pro Painters, we make it easy with free estimates, reliable communication, and professional results every single time. Call your neighborhood Stoerner Pro Painters and ask about their color consultation services. Each Stoerner Pro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Schedule your free estimate today at StoernerPro.com. That's Stoerner with a C. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose Stoerner Pro Painters.
Hey, what's up? It's Kramer for Drive Time Sports. And Friday, Randy Rainwater will be live with the Crain Team Triple-Double, Greenbrier versus Jacksonville. You got Randy and Rick hanging out with Coach Willie Larry, Coach Marcus Adams, Neil Atkinson from Bet Saracen, Hogsports.com's Trey Biddy, and Kevin Hoop Scoop McPherson. Drive Time Sports, Friday, Crain Team Triple-Double with 103.7 The Buzz.
Okay, last-minute shoppers and all my procrastinators out there, listen up. Today is the day, Valentine's Day. And if this message is just now hitting your ears and you're like, uh-oh, what do I do? Don't worry about it. DJ's got you covered. Head on out to 11121 Rodney Parham Road and go visit my friends over there at Jones & Son. Trust me this, it doesn't matter how late you get her this present, she will love it. I'm talking all the biggest names in the business, especially that Vahan. I'm telling you, when she wears it and people are like, ooh, what is that? And they say it's Vahan. Oh, yeah, she's going to be thinking about that for a very, very long time. So I'm talking about the finest jewelry. The cool thing, too, if you want to find something unique that you can't find anywhere else, well, they got that, too. I'm talking about their own special couture collection that you can only find at Jones & Son. So you're looking for a gift that's going to last a lifetime, and I'm telling you this, it'll give you brownie points until you run out. You're going to find that over at Jones & Son.
It's hard being the #1 midday sports talk show in Arkansas.
What can you expect when you're on top, you know? It's like Napoleon, when he was the king, you know, people were just constantly trying to conquer him, you know, in the Roman Empire. So it's history repeating itself all over again.
Now, let's see if Justin Acri and DJ Williams can keep living up to the lofty expectations on The Zone.
Sailing away on the crest of a wave, it's like magic.
It's 11:54. We're going to get a little film list. I just saw on the Twitter machine, although I think I already knew this, that Jim Withrow is stepping down and is retiring at the end of the current contract period. Must be nice. I wish I was retiring. Coach Withrow's a great dude, and you'll hear him on the buzz occasionally doing analysis during championship football. So hopefully he's going to keep doing that with us. I imagine he will. His brain's still functioning. He just doesn't want to grind through as a coach anymore, I imagine, and I don't blame him. He's been doing it a long time. But good man and a good coach, and wish him the best in his aged years. Coach, you're getting up there. It's about time to hang it up anyway. Hang up that whistle, baby. Philip Martin, give me some films for people who want to get cozy with their partner over the Valentine's Day holiday.
Okay, first of all, I took this seriously.
I appreciate that.
I mean, I really don't usually do any research at all.
I gave him the assignment this morning about like 2 hours ago. By
So
the way.
I was like going, okay, what are the actual best?
Okay.
And
I'm gonna give you some theme music.
Okay, give me some theme music. I'll couch these by saying, I'm an old person.
Yes.
And a lot of these no one's going to say anything about them at all. But Chuck will back me up on this. 1960, right. Billy Wilder, The Apartment.
It's a good one.
Yeah, isn't it? Isn't it a good one? Shirley MacLaine, Jack Lemmon.
Okay.
And it's a wonderful film. If you haven't seen it, you'll enjoy it. Have you seen it?
No.
Oh, you need to see it. And it's really modern because it's sort of like Jack Lemmon's this executive who has his apartment and he lets all the other guys in his company use it for their romantic tryst.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. And
ahead of its time.
Yeah, and Shirley MacLaine is one of the women who's involved in one of these romantic trysts, and she ends up developing a relationship with Jack Lemmon. It's a wonderful,
can't wait to watch
wonderful, great movie.
I loved Billy Wilder did it, then that means it's a good movie.
Yeah.
Who?
Billy Wilder.
And it's about 90 minutes long.
Okay,
it's about it's beautiful black and white. One of my favorite films of all time. I'm just gonna get this out of the way. Hiroshima Mon Amour from 1959.
What's it called?
Hiroshima Mon Amour. It's a love story between a French woman and a Japanese architect set in Hiroshima some years after the atomic bomb went off there. And it turns out she was a Nazi collaborator, and it is a fantastic film.
Nazis and nuclear holocaust.
And it's so romantic. It's really is romantic.
Sounds like it.
So I know, it's like, it's Noah Nora, Brokeback Mountain.
What else?
How about that?
Is that on the list?
Brokeback Mountain. Yeah,
I've never seen it.
You've never seen Brokeback Mountain?
I couldn't get through it.
Oh, come on. Yeah, grow up.
Get it, Philip.
Yeah.
All right, move on.
Casablanca, 1942.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
That one I've seen.
Yeah.
Put your lips together and blow.
Oh, yeah, that's what
Okay.
I'm cheating here. Richard Linklater, the Before trilogy, all three of them. Before Midnight.
Sunrise,
before Midnight.
Oh, yeah, those are good.
Yeah, all
Julie
Julie Delpy and
yeah.
Ethan Hawke.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think that those are great films. Another film, and I'm going to show this in a couple weeks at my class, In the Mood for Love from 2000. Wong Kar-wai, Hong Kong filmmaker. It is just gorgeous.
Does it have subtitles?
Yes, it has subtitles.
Yeah.
You can turn the subtitles off and listen to it in Chinese, I guess.
My Chinese is a little soft.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to guess Hiroshima Mon Amour also is subtitled.
Yes, it's also subtitled.
French or Japanese?
You'd want it to be subtitles also. If
it's
not, it's like a
English,
Godzilla movie.
Yeah.
I get the gist of the Godzilla movies without the words. Exactly.
Say Anything, 1989.
My buddy sent that in.
Yeah,
Great movie.
Say Anything.
Q in Your Eyes.
It's a great film.
Peter Gabriel's birthday was this week.
Yeah.
I don't want to buy anything. I don't want to sell anything. I don't want to process anything. I don't want to buy anything bought, sold, or processed.
We'll play that clip.
I'll
That's a
hang with
great
your daughter.
scene.
Yeah. So,
Alfred Hitchcock, Vertigo, 1958. Does that hurt? That's
Tremendous.
good with it.
Vertigo's a romantic movie?
Yes, it is. Jimmy Stewart.
See, I think Rear Window
Falls
more.
for a woman who might not even exist.
Falls for her. I see what you did
like
there.
Manti Te'o.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Great point.
Psychological romance.
We got to hit the top of the hour. If you
All
got
right.
some more, we can hit some
I
more.
got
on this.
more. I got more.
Oh, we got more movies, folks. All the ideas for you coming up.
Yeah.
The king of Arkansas sports talk, Randy Rainwater for Bet Saracen.
In Arkansas, 7 out of every $10 placed on a sporting bet app is with Bet Saracen, because Bet Saracen offers more ways to win and more ways to get paid, and faster. Find your winners on Bet Saracen and look for my Double R prop bet specials. I pick them and you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
February might be short on days, but we're long on deals at Gwatney Chevrolet. Get behind the wheel of a 2024 Chevrolet Trax for as low as $299 a month, or take up to $13,500 off a brand new 2025 Chevrolet Silverado. We have cars in stock as low as $3,999, but hurry, these deals won't last forever. Save big before the end of the month. Visit us at 1301 TP White Drive in Jacksonville today. Chevrolet, together, let's drive. With approved credit restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
103.7 The Buzz is your home for Arkansas Razorbacks basketball. Coverage is brought to you by Gwatney Chevrolet, Malvern National Bank, Arkansas Scholarship Lottery, Genesis of Conway, and Chris Crain Hyundai.
Don't get sidetracked.
That man is playing Gallagher.
We'll keep you on course.
Thought we wouldn't notice, but we did.
103.7 The Buzz. Buzz News with KARK's Claire Kreitz.
A bill aiming to put the State Library Board and the Arkansas Education Television Commission under the Department of Education passed in committee Thursday. The bill is sponsored by State Senator Dan Sullivan. Right now, both the State Library Board and the Arkansas Educational Television Commission are independent organizations that receive state funding. Right now, other funding for Arkansas PBS comes from grants, donors, and more. Sullivan says by changing this, the operations and functions of the organizations will stay intact, but the oversight will change. A bill aiming to provide free breakfast for students in Arkansas public schools passed on the House floor. The effort was announced by Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders in her State of the State address. Funding for this will come from medical marijuana revenue. This is Claire Kreitz for the Buzz Radio Network.
Edwards Food Giant presents Razorback Baseball color analyst and Drive Time Sports co-host Rick Schaefer every Tuesday morning on Morning Mayhem. Rick will share his special take on Razorback sports with the guys each week. Edwards Food Giant, the meat people, the only stop you'll ever have to make for your family's groceries.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Joel Young.
We're partly to mostly cloudy and a bit milder into Valentine's Day. Temperatures climbing up to about 49 or 50 in the afternoon. Then showers start to move in tonight after midnight, becoming more widespread and heavier into Saturday morning with temperatures down to 44. Then widespread heavy showers and storms on Saturday. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Joel Young.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please, turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
Robert Owen Jewelers Valentine's Day sale going on right now. Get a dozen free roses and chocolates with your purchase of $99 or more. Bigger, brighter diamonds, better prices, 5 locations or online at rijewelers.com. Free financing.
I scored a Lazy Boy recliner.
Now's the perfect time at Lazy Boy of Little Rock. 30% off store-wide, plus free local delivery to make shopping even easier. Take advantage of terrific buys like fabric recliners, only $3.99. Our reclining sofas, only $16.99. Transform your space with unbeatable comfort and timeless style. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Shackelford Galleries of Little Rock.
Long live the lazy.
Hey, nice job, Pete. I like those clean lines. Fellas, do we have anyone that can get to Greenport today?
At Corey's Landscaping, the staffing plan is in the weeds.
Anthony, we need that leaf blower over here. 3 more new customer requests just came in. Who wants to work some overtime?
He needs to dig up quality landscapers, and fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
I'm at a smoothie bar, asking people if they'd switch smoothies with me for $574.
Oh, I'll switch.
So what about $574 if you switch your home insurance to Allstate?
That's a headache.
Nope, it's painless.
Oh, so it's easy money.
Yep, check Allstate first and you could save hundreds on quality home insurance today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.
It's Justin Acri. If you're dealing with back or neck pain, the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health is here to help. Whether it's neurosurgery, orthopedic surgery, sports medicine, or pain management, their experts have you covered with the latest technology and minimally invasive techniques. They're focused on reducing your pain, improving mobility, and getting you back to doing what you love. Call 501-686-TOSH to set up an appointment today. That's 501-686-8674. The doctor will see you now.
Willie D's Rock and Roll Piano Bar open every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Cold drinks and dueling pianos. Deep Nightclub downstairs hosts karaoke on Tuesdays and DJs spin on Friday and Saturday nights. Visit WillieD'sPianoBar.com.
This is Chris Roberts with Southern Bank. We want to thank those who have decided to trust us with their banking relationship. Our customers recognize that true community-style banking is more than words. It's local decisions and friendly staff you know by name. Whether it's personal checking or lending on the most complex commercial project, Southern Bank can handle your banking needs with a personal touch. So what's holding you back? To start your banking relationship, visit one of our friendly branches, call us at 501-424-0900, or visit online at bankwithsouthern.com. Member FDIC.
If you are looking for a safe and loving home for you or your loved one, visit Heartland Rehabilitation and Care Center. Just 15 minutes from Little Rock and Benton, our skilled nursing staff is dedicated to providing quality long-term care and short-term therapy. Visit heartlandrehabcenter.com. You can call Heartland home.
Progressive presents Renter's MVP's Most Valuable Possessions. Today's MVP, Emily Neal's 70-inch TV. Because after watching her second-grade students yell at each other for hours, there's nothing Emily enjoys more than watching super-rich housewives also yell at each other. Why? Because those women are not her responsibility. And that's why her TV is today's MVP. Keep your most valuable possessions protected by bundling your renters and auto insurance with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
No two people learn the exact same way. So how did Babbel become the award-winning language learning app? We thought of you, all of you. Take Sierra. As a visual learner, she uses Babbel's wordplay videos.
Today I'll share a quick lesson on shopping in French.
Merci beaucoup. Keith is a be in the room with real people kind of learner, so he loves the live online classes with our language experts.
Okay, class. Vos está pronto.
Estamos prontos.
However you learn, Babbel makes it easy. Try Babbel for free at babbel.com, BABBEL.com.
You're in the zone, coming to you live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studio. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only casino resort. Now, here's Justin Acri and DJ Williams on the Buzz Radio Network.
This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name. He doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat of the mic. He feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know him, but no, he knows the code. It's not about the salary, it's all about reality and making some noise, making a story, making sure his click stays up. That means when he puts it down, Tox picking it up. Let's go.
Who the hell is he anyway? He never really talks much, never concerned with status, but still even him starstruck. Humble through opportunities given despite the fact that many misjudge him because he makes a living from writing raps. Put it together himself, got a picture connects, never asking for someone's help or to get some respect. He's only focused on what he wrote, his will is beyond reach, and now it all unfolds, the skill of an artist. This is 20% skill, 80% fear, be 100% clear, cause Ryu was ill. Who would've thought he'd be the one that set the West in flames? And I heard him wreck it with the crystal method, name of the game. Came back, dropped, make it.
I've thought about this quite a bit, sir, and I would have to say, considering what's waiting out there for me, I don't want to sell anything, buy anything, or process anything as a career. I don't want to sell anything bought or processed, or buy anything sold or processed, or process anything sold, bought, or processed, or repair anything sold, bought, or processed. You know, as a career, I don't want to do that. So, my father's in the Army. He wants me to join, but I can't work for that corporation. So what I've been doing lately is kickboxing, which is a new sport, but I think it's got a good future. As far as career longevity, I don't really know because, you can't really tell. If you're 8-6 as a fighter, it's no good. You have to be great, but I can't really tell if I'm great until I've had a couple of pro fights. But I haven't been knocked down yet. I don't know, I can't figure it all out tonight, so I'm just gonna hang with your daughter.
All my instincts, they return. The grand facade so soon will burn. Without a noise, without my pride, I'll reach out from the inside. In your eyes.
That doesn't warm your cold little heart.
Okay, a quick relevant story on this. Cameron Crowe.
Are you going to ruin my good feelings here and try to get all
it's a great
cerebral on me?
It's a great story.
I'm trying to use my heart here.
Yeah. Cameron Crowe lifted the story from a friend of mine that I preached his funeral. It was kind of an odd dude into kickboxing. His name was Lowell instead of Lloyd. But he was saying, I'm stuck. And James Brooks, his neighbor, said, you need to write about this guy. And most of Lloyd Dobler was lifted from this guy's life story.
That's interesting.
Wow.
It is. Yeah.
I've never heard that before.
Well, I've never told you. I know a lot of stuff I don't tell you.
Tell me one more thing.
I've run out. I don't have anything else.
Just don't tell them what we talked about in the break.
No.
I don't even want to know. You two weirdos. Philip Martin is here. He's dumping knowledge on us for movies you need to see, like Hiroshima Mon Amour. Did I say that right?
Yes.
It's a trilingual film. Check it out. Casablanca, if you haven't seen that one, you definitely need to.
Yeah.
Even I've seen that one. And The Apartment sounds very intriguing. I must watch it.
You have to watch The Apartment. I mean...
What was the movie with Jack and her and Deborah Winger?
Terms of Endearment.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Jeff Daniels played a really...
Butthole.
Yes.
Yes.
But he had a kind heart.
He did.
He had a 10-cent head.
Yeah, I didn't like him doing that song about the curse of Bobby Lane being over. He jinxed us, and that's why we didn't make the Super Bowl this year.
I'm sure that's how that worked
He
out.
shouldn't have done that. It wasn't anything to do with the injuries.
Philip, how about a few more films that people can enjoy with their special someone tonight or this weekend?
It's funny because we talked about this a few weeks ago. Fallen Leaves by Aki Kaurismäki.
I'm sorry?
Finnish.
By whom?
Aki Kaurismäki.
Philip likes a good foreign film.
Oh, it's a wonderful film, but it's like these two downtrodden, working-class people in Finland. One's an alcoholic, the other is chronically unemployed, and they get together, and it's just a wonderful little film.
Nice.
You know, it's just called Fallen Leaves. I showed it in my class a couple weeks ago. It was really great. We brought up Jim Carrey in the break, and Turtle Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
He was great in that.
Yeah, that's a really nice.
Is that a chick flick?
Kate Winslet.
I think it would qualify as that. Yeah, but you're trying to forget. You know,
Yeah.
I think Christian's trying to tell you he doesn't think so.
It's kind of sad.
Go ahead, say it, Christian.
Very sad.
It is sad,
Tell me he's
Christian.
wrong.
I'm not going to say Philip's wrong.
Okay.
What about Valley Girl? We talked about that.
Boy, I actually entertained writing a book about Valley Girl at one point.
I would love to read that.
Valley Girl is the...
Deborah Foreman,
Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage. Before he was Nicolas Cage, in fact, he started. They were going to cast him as Nicolas. He was going to be credited as Coppola, and I think this is where he adopted the Cage stage name. So.
It was the beginning of the end.
They had a blonde Billy Zabka, type villain, a little punk, muscular, that kind of guy.
Yeah.
You love to hate.
Yeah.
You know what I was... Chuck, the promotions director, and I have a lot of... we have sort of the same taste in films, and just the dumb, 80s and 90s films.
Sure.
Anything by Hughes. We were talking about...
Hughes was great.
We were talking about Better Off Dead the other day.
Yeah.
Which is underrated.
$2.
But also, a movie that came to mind, and I saw it on a reel the other day. Again, I like reels because I just see all those random reminders of things. And I can't remember what the name of the movie is, but it's basically a girl who plays a guy throughout, and then she
just one of the guys, Joyce Heiser.
There you go.
Oh, she was great in that.
just one of the guys, and, and Billy Zabka's in that too as a bully.
Yeah.
I feel like the guy got typecast a bit.
She was kind of cute.
She was darling.
There was a moment there that was rather shocking.
It was very eye-opening.
You still remember it?
Yeah, it's not as questionable as Honora, but it was something.
It's a crying game in reverse.
Crying game.
Yeah, no doubt. She's like, "That's right," and I got these.
Whoa!
How do you do? Yeah, that poor kid. I don't think that guy was ever in another film.
He was.
Philip, what else we got? You got a couple more for us? You out of movies?
The Umbrellas of Cherbourg, 1964 musical, Jacques Demy.
Dear Lord.
French?
The musical?
Catherine Deneuve, yes.
Deneuve.
Yes.
I love Catherine Deneuve.
It's Catherine Deneuve.
What's it called again? The Umbrella?
Umbrellas of Cherbourg.
Of where?
Cherbourg.
It's a city in France.
Spell it.
Yes.
CHERBOURG.
Got it.
There you go.
That's right.
Now spell Krzyzewski.
Yeah.
I've never been able to spell it.
KRZYZ. We did it yesterday enough that I...
That's so bizarre.
KRZYZ. Everything else is pretty easy.
Is that Czech?
No, it's Polish.
Oh, okay, Polish.
Yes.
He's a Chicago Pole.
He is.
Go figure.
There you go.
He had a birthday this week.
How old is he?
77, Christian, is that right? 76?
Yeah, blue. He's 77 or 78, I thought.
Okay.
He probably could have coached a few more years if he wanted.
Well, he had the injury.
Yeah.
You don't usually have that with coaches.
Well, he always had an injury when he had a losing season. He was hurt. I noticed. Yeah,
that happens.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, let's get Darren in here, and then we'll maybe do Champs and Chumps. What's up, Darren?
Hey, I had a really good, it's an unconventional love story as far as you don't think it's going to be a good love story, but It's called Immortal Beloved. It's actually about Beethoven.
Yep.
And
Gary Oldman. Yes, he's great in that.
It's awesome, and it's a really good kind of mysterious love story. If you don't want something super sappy, but it's just a great movie, great music. Gary Oldman, best actor in the world.
Yeah, I was going to say, what has Gary Oldman been in that wasn't good?
He's brilliant.
He's awesome.
His role in
if you haven't seen it.
Thank you, Darren. I was going to say his role in True Romance as the pimp was phenomenal.
That was wonderful.
He plays a crazed character in that, and then he's Winston Churchill.
That's right.
How can you do both of those?
And he was the commissioner in the Batman movie.
Batman, he was good in that. He was.
Yeah, if you haven't seen him in the Apple TV show,
Slow Horses.
Slow Horses, he's amazing.
I haven't seen that.
It's almost like I swear to God, when I do this show,
Horses?
I haven't seen it.
How can you not? Because there's a billion things to
Well,
watch.
I know, but
when I sit on this show, sometimes you guys just spout stuff off, and I'm like, you could say anything, and I'd be like, oh, cool. You'd be like, oh yeah, the whiteboards. Oh yeah, I haven't seen that.
Well,
lately.
you got like 3 full-time jobs. I can understand how you're always on the road. You're always flying.
I don't understand how people keep up with women's basketball. You know,
Yeah,
I mean,
they don't.
I'm interested, but I don't keep up with it.
I keep up with it.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of it.
Did you watch UCLA and USC last night?
I saw some of it.
Okay, well, that's more than most people watch.
Yes.
But I watched the highlights, and I know that I got UCLA on a futures wager, and I need
There
them
you
not to
go.
lose anymore.
There you go.
I need them to be a very solid 1 seed so they can cruise into the final, and then I can hedge my bet and make some money.
Write Juju a note, and she'll probably try harder.
Well, Juju's going to be, they may be a 1 seed too. UCLA and USC might be 1
Same
seeds.
town.
USC just lost at Iowa when they honored Caitlin Clark. The
Isn't that
magic
crazy?
of Caitlin Clark is so powerful.
Caitlin is a magical being.
And Iowa's just an average team this year, and yet
That's
they beat
right.
USC that night. So it was all the good juju.
My
in the
wife
house.
and I were
And
big
the bad
fans
juju.
of Iowa's coach that retired last year. She was so good.
Her name is Lisa.
Yes.
Something.
She'd been there forever.
Bluter.
though.
Yeah.
Bluter,
Yeah, she went
that's
from.
right.
She did the impossible. She did. A lot of people were calling for Foley to be hired up in Fayetteville. Never happened. But she went from Drake.
Small school to a big school.
She went from Drake to
That's right.
Iowa in the same
That's
state.
right.
You don't see that happen very
No,
often.
you don't.
Not
much.
since Jerry Faust has there been a successful move from in-state to another. Just kidding. The Moeller High coach didn't do too hot at Notre
Moeller.
Dame.
Oh man, he was so good in high school, and he
Yeah.
was so bad at Notre Dame.
Yeah.
And they had talent on those teams. He just didn't know what he was doing.
I always thought Moeller was in Indiana. It was in Ohio?
Cincinnati.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm sorry. It wasn't the same state then.
Michigan recruits a lot of people from Cincinnati Moeller. Their starting running back next year's a Moeller grad.
Okay.
Yeah. Marshall.
Wait, there was a guy that went from high school to
Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Jerry Faust, he sucked.
Yeah, he had an
Yeah.
unbelievable,
From high school,
like 150 and 10. you
Yeah, he
know?
was like the greatest high school coach
Yeah.
ever.
And he's a massive Catholic, very
year was
devout.
this? Yeah.
Oh, it's like
80,
79, 80.
79, 80.
He
The only-
followed Dan Devine.
The only Notre Dame game I went to as a kid was Jerry Faust coached Notre Dame game. They lost to Michigan State in South Bend.
I guess that probably wouldn't happen today. That just blows my mind that you would
Isn't
hire
that
high school.
wild?
Yeah, it's just,
So speaking of movies,
It'd be like Kevin Kelly being hired at Presbyterian.
It's
Well, that
almost
happened too.
It's almost like Arkansas hiring Chad Morris a little bit.
It really is.
kind of like that. So
Except for
kinda-
Chad Morris.
He was at SMU.
you remember the movie
Kinda like
The
Heisman.
Warriors? Hey,
Yes.
Warriors, come out to play.
Yeah.
They did that to Anthony Carter when they were playing a night game at South Bend, and he was returning a punt, and they were all serenading him. And Carter took the punt and went 80 yards for a touchdown. So, let sleeping dogs lie is the moral of the story.
I just got a text from a friend of mine. And he's missing the point. He's burying the lead. He said, you didn't tell me that Iowa State's playing in Jonesboro next year. And so I'm texting him back. Iowa State is playing in Jonesboro next year. Iowa State opens in Dublin. That's the better story.
Why are they playing in Jonesboro?
It's a home and home they did with Arkansas State. I don't know why.
Here's the home and home. We play at my home and my home.
I'm assuming they got at least a 2-for-1, but
you got to get 2 for 1.
Do they go from Dublin to Jonesboro?
it's a good question. They might be.
maybe.
I don't know. I don't think it's week 1, but it might be. I'm guessing. I'm guessing A State's playing a little lesser than team week 1, and then maybe Iowa State in week 2. But Iowa State's playing in 0 week against Kansas State, Farmageddon, Irish style. There will be no subtitles.
No
Have you
shade
seen
on
Justin? Well, last time he was at the Guinness factory, and he disappeared.
Oh, Guapo says, does Philip not remember that the Zone audience is downtrodden working class? Yeah, we need to bring it down for the proletariat. Do you mind?
That's why I brought in Fallen Leaves.
You're so bougie.
Hiroshima Mona Moore probably blew their minds.
And my buddy says that commercial you with the car horn you guys just ran scares the crap out of me every time it runs. I didn't hear it. I'm sorry about that.
You think there's a horn behind you if you're in the car.
No, I understand the concept. I just didn't hear the ad, I guess. I don't know. I need to pay more attention.
Today's entertainment report is brought to you by Bell & Sword Gentlemen's Clothing in Conway. Check them out on Facebook and Instagram or stop by Bell & Sword's new and larger location at 1011 Oak Street.
I'm not saying I didn't like the film. I'm not saying I'm not open to a sequel. All I'm saying is, why are you waiting 9 years to do it? The Accountant 2 has a new trailer out. Now, I really liked the first one. I really thought Ben Affleck was excellent in it, and I liked the concept. And I'm cool with the second movie. But I'm like, if you're going to make a sequel, why do you wait 9 flipping years?
To me, this just seems like a one-off movie. I don't get the point.
Coming to America, they went like 30 years.
Yeah, that's true, and they shouldn't have made it. And they shouldn't have done another Fletch either. But his character's good enough, I think a sequel makes sense.
I've seen The Accountant twice, and it has been a while.
Yeah.
But I don't remember a single thing about it.
It's it's coming out in the summertime this year, so if you want to catch it. Some deals today, in case you're interested, for some bargains. And I really pulled this mostly for DJ. Christian, you'll appreciate it too, though, as a guy who eats garbage pizza. No offense.
Hey, I like all pizza.
Get a heart-shaped pizza from Papa John's for $11.99 from today through the 16th.
That solves my problem.
As far as fast food pizza, I don't mind it. You're right. Pizza Hut heart-shaped pizza is $11.99 till the 17th. Slim Chickens, buy one, get one free chicken and waffles. That sounds pretty good.
Chicken waffles.
Now that says love. Wendy's is doing a Valentine's Day deal for Frosty lovers. $3 Frosty key tag available until February 16th. For a special someone in your life. That gets you a free Frosty Jr. with any purchase every day in 2025. Now, that's a great gift. Dave & Buster's is doing a deal. Date Nights Duo deal, $40. 2 $10 power cards, an eat, drink, and play combo meal, one dessert, and one special Date Night Challenge card. Ooh. Here's really more my speed. Firehouse, buy one, get one. Free medium sub with the purchase of a medium or large sub combo.
That's good.
Big Firehouse fan.
Do you remember what you said to me when I said nobody out pizzas the Hut?
Probably everybody out pizzas the Hut.
That's exactly what you said. He said everybody out pizzas the Hut.
You know, it's funny. The first is not usually the best, and there are people who have like set the table. Like, hey, I developed this new thing, and we're like, oh, cool. Like Domino's, for example.
Right.
Now you're like 15th on the list of fast food delivery pizza.
Domino's?
You like Domino's too?
They're pretty good.
God
They've
Almighty.
had a resurgence.
Have they had a resurgence? Okay, I haven't tried them lately. Like, by that I mean in the last 20 years.
Yeah. They went downhill when Dave Brandon took over.
They need to bring the Noid back.
Yeah.
I think it was like 10 years ago that they finally acknowledged that they were trash, and they rebranded a bit.
Okay. Well, in my mind, they're still trash. So I need to try them again. I'm going to give them another chance. What is this Valentine's Day crap that we have to deal with today? I mean, my friend Dee Dee's pretty happy that it exists because, well, she gets a lot of spa stuff sold during that time, and I think it's great. I think you should go buy your special someone spa treatments all year round regardless. All right, let's find out a little bit more about Valentine's Day. There are different theories as to why the holiday falls in the middle of February, but the month has always been associated with love and relationships, obviously. At the end of the 5th century, the celebration of Lupercalia was forbidden by Pope Gelasius I, who often attributed it with replacing it with St. Valentine's Day, according to Britannica, who was often attributed with replacing it with St. Valentine's Day. Okay. I never celebrated Lupercalia. What happened then, Pigskin? What did they do then?
I'm not sure. I know Saturnalia. It had to be some Roman pagan holiday.
Probably a lot of dancing and nudity.
You know, the Catholic Church was great at that. They would take these pagan holidays,
rebrand them
as Christian holidays.
Yeah,
That's Christmas.
Keep doing what you're doing. Just know it.
This is the Christ Mass, so quit getting drunk.
Yeah.
So yeah.
In Geoffrey Chaucer's Canterbury Tales, the poet is thought to be the source of modern ideas about Valentine's Day, according to the New York Times. In 1981, the late University of Kansas English professor Jack Orrick argued that Chaucer's 1375 poem, Parliament of Fowls, was the first to record St. Valentine's Day as a romantic tradition.
That's where all the birds get to
You know, last year I was at the Canterbury Cathedral. It was one of the most jarring, emotional churches I've ever visited in my life. Unbelievable. Great history there.
Well, that's why it's costing you all this money today. You're welcome. Thanks, Chaucer. Screw you and the
Parliament of Fowls
and the Chanticleer. All right, boy, this is rich. Sean Combs is suing NBC Universal and Peacock. The 55-year-old mogul filed a $100 million defamation suit in New York State Court on Wednesday morning. For nearly a century, NBC has been a trusted name in news, a leader in broadcasting, blah, 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 the lawsuit says. Grossly exploiting the trust and shamelessly capitalizing on the public's insatiable appetite for content about Mr. Combs in the lead-up to his criminal trial. Defendants made a conscious decision to line their own pockets at the expense of truth, decency, and basic standards of professional journalism. Poor Diddy.
I don't think Puffy has anything in common with truth or decency.
Yeah.
He's probably not getting out of prison.
Maybe.
Ever.
Might not. Tom Petty's in the news today. This is something I will watch. Big fan of Tom Petty.
His guitar player's got a book coming out.
Okay.
It's in the next month or so. Mike Campbell. It's really good. One of those. Usually these things are trash, but no, it's really good.
Well, there's a new documentary coming out too on Paramount Plus. Tom Petty, Heartbreakers Beach Party.
All right.
The early '80s documentary. It says. Yeah. Had a one-weekend-only release in cinemas as a theatrical event in October. Is set to have streaming premiere exclusively on Paramount Plus. I just saw the teaser for it. It looks really good.
Amazing.
It's a Cameron Crowe-directed film. Pigskin brings it back full circle.
Is this a documentary or a concert film?
It's more a concert film.
Okay.
Says Doc. Concert film, fine. I will never forgot it, he says, Crowe did, and I never stopped directing in one way or another since then, so I always think of it like it was Petty with that song, I'm Stupid, saying, forget the protocol, man. Put the camera on your shoulder and shoot it. And it's a credo worth remembering. So obviously he's very proud of the work. I'm looking forward to seeing it. I like Cameron Crowe.
This is an underrated song. You wrecked me.
I love this one.
Great
song.
It's a
great song.
Great tune.
This is a good one for a workout playlist. Kind of keeps you growing.
You're right.
That's about my jogging pace, too. All right, let's go to birthdays brought to you by our friends at Brewskis. What do you want to give away today, Christian?
That Oaklawn hat you're going to get.
No way. Although I got two working. Did you see what I did there? Nancy's got me one.
You're working them all.
I know. I need to put a word in with Longe and Naughty tomorrow. Hey, Longe, you think you can give me a hat? I'm going to have 3 hats coming up. I'll be great.
Brewskis.
Done.
Birthday Trivia in the Zone is brought to you by Brewski's Pub and Grub. Your home for lunch, happy hour, and late night. With locations in Little Rock and North Little Rock. Come get your grub on.
661-1037. I will say this. If you pick up your Valentine's Day date and you take her to Brewski's and she turns her nose up at you, just turn around and drop her ass back off. It's a darn good time over there, and if she doesn't understand that, then by golly,
but if she likes it, it was meant to be.
That's it. Listen, we can't go all out all the time, honey. We're on a budget, okay? We're not independently wealthy. And I think Brewski's plays way over its head for bar food. Have you eaten over there?
Mm-mm.
I'm taking you to Brewski's.
Never have.
I want you to starve yourself for a day.
I'll eat a wing.
No. Can I tell you?
Tell me.
One of the best gut bombs in the city is there. They do a Philly cheesesteak chimichanga.
Oh.
And it is spectacular.
I like everything about that.
Oh, pigskin. I'm telling you, it's going to have you, you're going to be pulling a When Harry Met Sally moment. I'm telling you. We're going to give you a special room.
I'll have what he's having.
Exactly. I'm telling you, it's so good. I want to take you over there for a gut bomb. We'll go for lunch one day after the show.
Sweet.
All right, Eric, you're going to be with Philip. We've got Rick on line 2 with Christian and Lewis, my man. You're with the Pigskin Preacher.
Lewis.
I got so many great day in history things here. I may have to use a couple for tiebreaker, so I'm going to hold that till the end. This guy is a singer. I like him.
Sting.
I've actually seen him in
Billy
concert
Squire.
before. He is a solo artist who also performs in a band, Christian, so you're on the right track.
Tom Jones.
Tom Petty.
No, but that's
He's
also
dead.
good. Yeah, this guy's still alive at this hour. At
Mick
last
Jagger.
Oh,
hour.
that's right. He was
Rob Thomas?
Boom.
Oh, Rob Thomas.
Rob Thomas, very good in concert, I must say. I've seen him. I know you're probably not a fan, but I've seen him.
He's all right.
He's pretty good. He's got a
all
nice
right.
voice. Anyway, how old's Rob Thomas today there, Philip? Matchbox 20 front man.
54.
No, it's 3 a.m. You must be wrong.
53.
Bingo, bango.
Oh,
Big fan. This guy's a magician. He's one half of
Doug
a...
Henning.
Penn or
Penn and Teller.
Which one?
Penn Gillette.
Penn.
No.
Teller.
Gillette. Oh, darn it.
Christian Singh. The other one.
Killing me,
How old's Little Teller? He's, I think he's the older of the two and more diminutive of the two.
short one.
Other last name.
I don't know what Teller's real name is.
I know Penn Gillette.
I know we all do.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Miles Teller.
I think it was on like Dancing with the Stars or something.
He's
Miles Teller? I don't think so. Wrong guy. I did watch Maverick again the other day, though.
Yeah.
How old is Teller?
72.
No.
68.
No.
66.
77.
77.
Yes.
Wow. You know, he has a speaking role in some movie. I mean,
I've hardly ever heard the guy talk.
I know.
You've heard this guy talk. You've also seen him throw a football for 35,467 yards.
Dan Fouts.
It's a record for his team. He also played in the USFL and wasted some time there.
Jim Kelly.
Jim Kelly's exactly
Jim
right.
Kelly,
Pigskin,
all right.
good get. How
Miami
old
man.
is the multiple-time Super Bowl loser?
62.
No.
66.
Nope.
He beat cancer, right?
Sure did.
Sure did.
That's the Super Bowl he needed to win.
Yeah.
68.
No, 65. Philip, good job.
Yeah.
This guy's a retired NBA player. Played
Bob
for
Lanier.
the Wizards and the Nets, among others. He is 7'7". He's Romanian.
George Mirasan.
Pigskin,
Mirasan,
excellent guess.
yes.
Philip, how old is George Mirasan? My giant.
50.
No,
58.
it's not your turn. Christian.
He's 57.
No,
58.
54. That is a Christian again. He's whopping
Oh.
you guys. I've never seen this before. This guy went to Connecticut. He has a great nickname.
Ray Allen.
And he averaged 17 points a game in his 14-year
Rip
NBA
Richard
career.
Jefferson.
Rip Hamilton is right, Christian. Very good.
Yeah, Piston. I should have gotten it.
How old is Rip today?
Him and his face mask are...
Three-time All-Star, number 32, retired by the Pistons,
Phantom
NBA
of the
champion.
Opera.
How many guys have won an NBA title? Did he win an NBA title? I don't think he won a title.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they won.
he
They won with Chauncey Billups and
Yeah.
Ben Wallace.
Yeah.
Corliss? Was Corliss on that team?
He was sixth man of the year.
Okay. 99 champion and an NBA champion. Not a lot of guys have done both.
Not many.
Michael Jordan did.
Anthony Davis.
Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah. Magic.
What do you got?
Rip Hamilton, Richard is...
Richard to you and me.
47.
Bingo bango. Goodness gracious.
Wow.
That's disgraceful.
Good job.
Let me see. Boo, 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 do, do, do. Oh, yeah. This guy is, what's the comp? There's a baseball comp for this.
Five-tool player.
No. He got hurt, and then Tom Brady took over, and then he never looked back.
Wally Pipp.
Wally Pipp.
Thank you.
Yes.
Oh, they got
Wally
Wally
Pipped.
He got Wally pipped.
This
Former
guy-
Washington State quarterback.
Drew Bledsoe.
Drew Bledsoe's right. How old is he? Just for fun. It's over.
51.
No.
Oh, he's older than that. 57.
53.
Bingo bango.
God.
Great.
Christian, I hate
He's got
you.
mopped.
Wow.
We missed a couple yesterday. They were on my list, and I forgot to say them, and I did not see one of these gentlemen last night, and I anticipated that I would. But happy birthday yesterday, one day late, to the president of the University of Central Arkansas, Houston Davis, and also our buddy Jocko Dill, who you'll see playing all over the great state of Arkansas and beyond, celebrating a birthday yesterday. So, Jocko, happy birthday, buddy. I hope to be on stage after one beer too many again with you soon. That would be great. On this day in history, guys, this is one of the best days in history, and it has nothing to do with Valentine's Day except for one little massacre. February 14th, 1849, in New York City, James K. Polk, which I just found out today what his middle name is.
Knox.
Bam.
Knox Polk.
Fort Polk. Became the first serving U.S. president to do what?
Die in office?
Got his photograph taken.
Oh.
James K. Polk is still alive,
Yes.
actually. He's hanging out with
Yes.
Tupac. On this day in 1859, Oregon got admitted as the 33rd state in the Union.
Okay.
On this day in 1929, St. Valentine's Day Massacre.
Al Capone.
7 gangsters killed,
Bugs-
allegedly.
Bugs Moran.
Allegedly, never convicted.
That's right.
They got him on tax evasion, though.
Crazy.
1951, Sugar Ray Robinson beat who for the middleweight title? They made, him,
51?
Carnera.
they made a movie about him.
Rocky
Oh,
Marciano.
Jake LaMotta.
Jake LaMotta, Raging Bull.
LaMotta, yeah.
1966, Will Chamberlain broke the NBA scoring record, 20,884 points. On this day in 1967, one of the greatest songs ever recorded in the history of the world, certainly by a female artist, easy to say, was recorded, and it's this one, of course, and I know you know it well. Sing along if you know it. Oh, yes. Respect. A little respect from Aretha. Billboard Song of the Year, 1967. Whitney Houston's debut album called Whitney Houston. Yes. Won Best Pop Vocal Performance in 1985.
Saving all your love for you.
The album came out in 85. The record was awarded in 86 for Best Performance and Billboard Album of the Year. Oh, man. In 1995, Clyde Drexler to the Rockets. They won the 95 NBA championship. And the most important thing today, the most important thing that has ever happened on this day in the history of the world. A famous movie was released on this day. If I give you the year, I bet you
Sharknado.
get- Nope.
Valentine's Day.
Nope.
Not a great movie.
Star Wars.
One of the greatest films ever. Philip, I think you'll get it if I tell you the year. I'm going to tell you the year right now.
Okay.
It is called... No, I'll tell you. Year is 1991. It won the Academy Award for Best Picture.
Forrest Gump?
No.
No. Not in a February release. That means it wasn't expected to be.
Wasn't a blockbuster.
Shawshank?
Well, Frederica used to work for Mrs. Lippman. Did you know her?
Aaron Brockovich.
Oh, wait. Was she a great big fat person?
That's exactly right. Silence of the Lambs.
Yes.
So was Silence of the Lambs not a big deal when it was released?
Well, it was released in February. That means that, but it was a horror film.
Okay.
So that's why they would, it would have been. Yeah, they didn't expect it to win an Academy
This just
Award.
in, cannibalism's not usually popular. So.
Speak for yourself.
Multiple MiGs in the next cell. He hissed at you. What did he say?
He said, I can smell your
I see.
I see.
I myself cannot.
Every time that clip plays, I'm like, dear God, please don't. If somebody ever slips in an unedited version of that, my career is over.
Hey.
But I can't help but laugh
We
every
had an
time.
unedited F word.
We sure did. We sure did.
Oh.
And Philip was like, oh, God. Oh, shoo. Dodge that bullet.
That's worse than Radiohead's Creep,
Yeah.
Radio edit.
Oh, my. Yes. All right. Well, hey, dominating performance by Christian, no surprise. Rick, enjoy your brewskis. Take your special someone over there if you're so inclined, all right? We are out of time for this segment. We're going to hit a break. It's 12:35. When we return, Champs and Chumps, we got a rewind coming up. And I'm going to check out streaming and find out where in the world The Apartment is showing. Because apparently it's one I must see.
Yeah, you got to see
Sam Cooke, the greatest singer ever.
Sam Cooke.
I love Sam Cooke.
Boys from Hanson would like to have a word with you, sir.
What a wonderful world this would be. Don't know much about geography. Don't know much trigonometry.
Walt Coleman on Morning Mayhem is brought to you by Kentucky Derby winner Sigma Supply with Mystic Dan, now a part of Brady Plus. If you're not using Sigma Supply, you got low-grade product, man.
This is Sports Center.
Last night in college basketball, Wood Rock beat Tennessee Tech 79-75 to improve to 11-5 in OVC play. The Trojans had 3 players lead them in scoring as Toon Gatkak, Mwani Wilkinson, and Isaiah Lewis all had 17. Wood Rock won't play again until next Thursday. This weekend in college basketball around the Natural State, Arkansas will go to College Station to take on 8th-ranked Texas A&M at 11 a.m. on ESPN. Radio coverage can be heard on The Buzz. Arkansas State will host Troy at 7 on ESPN. The Red Wolves are first in the Sun Belt, while the Trojans are tied for second. Central Arkansas will host North Florida at 3:30 on ESPN Plus, and Pine Bluff will host Alabama State at 5:30. I'm Christian Weaver with The Buzz Radio Network.
Hey, it's Chuck the Promo Guy. Join me every Tuesday morning at 8:30 for Check In with Chuck, brought to you by Hubbard Power Sports in Russellville. And get caught up with everything that's going on at the Buzz. It's brought to you by Hubbard Power Sports Can-Am and Sea-Doo. Whether you're on the road, on the water, or in the trails, they have the ride for you.
Hey, it's Brooke here, and at Chris Crain Hyundai, we've got a huge selection of pre-loved vehicles like never before. Late models loaded with new technology? Check. Payments to fit any budget? Check. Silverados, Civics, Broncos, and more. Check, check, check. Banks that love to say yes? You know it.
Our pre-loved inventory has never been better than now. Come visit your friends at Chris Crain Hyundai on Museum Road in Conway and online at chriscrainhyundai.com.
March Madness is approaching, and Arkansas Urology has the ultimate game plan for you. Introducing the Snip and Sit Vasectomy Clinic. Take a time out, schedule your vasectomy, and enjoy the perfect recovery on the couch with your favorite March Madness games. Call Arkansas Urology today, 501-263-0926 to schedule your Snip and Sit consult for the Arkansas Urology Vasectomy Clinic the week of March 17th through the 21st, and there are some evening spots available as well. Snip and Sit, your time out for March Madness.
Gathering Spaces is showing up and showing off. This is Pat Bradley for Whit Davis Limo Plus. You want paint that stands the test of time and color that stays true. Premium, high-hiding, and scrubbable Valspar Medallion paint goes on as easily as it cleans up to give your home's high-traffic areas the beautiful, lasting color they deserve. You can find Valspar paint at Whit Davis in Jacksonville, Sherwood, and Greenbrier. One coat coverage, maximum durability. Valspar paint.
Have questions about retirement, investments, or your money? Call our financial hotline,
Dial 501-381-5228 and leave a voicemail with your specific financial question, and our experts will answer it on the Get Ready for the Future show Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Get your financial questions answered by the pros. 501-381-5228. Call now. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Investment advice offered through Independent Advisor Alliance. Independent Advisor Alliance and Genwealth Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
What's going on, everyone? DJ Williams here, and I got another message from my friends over there at Russell Chevrolet. If you're in the market for a vehicle and you're looking for a deal, look no further. I'm talking about $11,000 off MSRP for that 1500 Silverado. Also, interest rates, I know they're killing people right now. Not the case over there at Russell. I'm talking 0.9% APR on that 24 Blazer EV. That thing looks good right now. When it comes to Chevy, they got the whole lineup. I'm talking Suburbans, Tahoes, Trax. They got the C8s. If you're in the market for a car, you're going to find it in Sherwood. Now, I'll tell you, too, they got the 25 models. They look great, but if that's not for you, it's okay. They got pre-owned cars all right now, priced to sell. I'm telling you, you won't find a better deal. So head on out to Russell Chevrolet. It's right across the interstate from the mall in North Little Rock. They've been in the same location since 1963, taking care of their own. Check out their full inventory at russellchevrolet.com.
You're listening to The Zone with Justin Acri and DJ Williams. You like what you hear? Well, check out our video stream on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch.
2 days in a row now I've done this, Christian, where I'm a complete idiot. I forgot my most important birthday of the day.
Uh-oh.
And he is not solely responsible, but he is largely responsible for Arkansas not going back-to-back national championships in college basketball. I'm, of course, talking about the 52-year-old Tyus Edney, who is celebrating a birthday today. That little mighty mite went from one end of the floor to the other and got the layup against Missouri to extend their NCAA tournament run. Then he also hit a 30-footer that kept them alive in the tournament when they were playing against Connecticut. He drained a 30-foot three-pointer en route to a 102-96 victory. And oddly enough, even though they did beat Arkansas handily 89-78, he only played 3 minutes in the national championship game because he had a bad wrist that he suffered in the victory over Oklahoma State in the semifinals. Ed O'Bannon had 30 points and 17 rebounds and won the most outstanding player in that game, though. And Cameron Dollar played 36 minutes off the bench because of the injury. And so Edney didn't get a chance to play too much. But anyway, that NCAA tournament also, here's a little nugget for your brain, Christian and Philip. This is the last NCAA men's basketball tournament where no team seeded lower than 6 made the Sweet 16. Pretty chalk.
Wow.
Yep. So happy birthday, Tyus Edney, you little bugger. You really screwed Arkansas over in part. So thanks a lot, nerd. I got a bunch of stuff here, but we're going to do champs and chumps quickly, and then we'll get to whatever you guys want to do. We got to do a rewind. My champ and chump is not the same person, but it is related to the same story. So for those of you who missed the Super Bowl, Kendrick Lamar played the halftime show. Now, again, not my favorite halftime show ever, but I thought it was cool, and I literally screamed out, "Is that Serena?" And everybody's like, "Nah."
No,
and then I thought, uh-oh, am I making that critical mistake that so many people do? That, you mix up, you're like, every world-class athlete looks like a world-class athlete.
Right.
That's the mistake that often is made. But, of course, it was, in fact, Serena Williams. So my chump this week are the Delta Bravos on television, and I'm looking right at you, Stephen A. Smith. I'm looking right at you, Jason Whitlock, who said, her husband's a loser, and she is, she's obviously doesn't love her husband because she's holding on to this grudge because she used to date Drake, and that's why she's dancing in the halftime show.
Yeah.
Listen, if you get a chance to make an appearance in the halftime show and dance as part of the scene, I think it's great. Now, maybe that was a shot at Drake, but that doesn't have anything to do with how she feels about her husband. Her husband, Alexis Ohanian, is firing back at the criticism he got. They're calling him a simp, and if you don't know what that is, check it out on the old internets. He went at Whitlock, and he went in deep, and I love it. I get it. You're 57. This is on Twitter. And your life didn't turn out the way you imagined. He didn't call him fat, but he could have.
Yes.
That kind of disappointment must be exhausting. You're the embodiment of peaked in high school, spending decades chasing validation from strangers through likes and digital hugs, only to find that no amount of external approval fills the void. I wouldn't wish that on anyone. Criticism only fuels your victim complex, reinforcing the comforting delusion that there's some grand conspiracy against you for your brave ideas, when in reality, you've just got terrible takes. It's a cycle. Outrage, backlash, self-pity, repeat. This is a lonely road. There's still time to rewrite the ending. Start by working on yourself first. You'll find that if you wake up every morning, try to be a little better, a little more curious, you won't have time for irrational hating. You'll be too busy winning. That is my champ this week.
That
well written.
Great.
Destroyed at Whitlock.
Now do Stephen A. Smith. Please.
Bam.
Please.
Whitlock is easily in the bottom 3, like sports media people.
Oh, good God,
Am
he's
I-
horrible.
For me,
Yeah.
he's so bad.
Yeah, he's terrible.
Who else is in there? Clay Travis.
Yeah, Clay Travis is pretty high.
Okay.
What's his name?
Skip Bayless.
Skip Bayless.
Oh, Skip's the worst.
Skip.
I'd like to put Skip in a wood chipper.
Skip's
I
Bayless.
dislike Skip. I don't mind Stephen A. as a person.
No, I like Stephen A. I would like to hang out with Stephen A. You don't? Not your deal?
I don't believe anything he says. It's all performative. It's just
A lot of it is.
Yeah, and it's just like he's smarter than that. He can't be that stupid.
But Jason Whitlock, it's
Jason Whitlock
for show also.
He's a troll.
But he's also a negative, angry,
He's a
sad
troll.
turd. Yes,
Yeah.
he is. He's awful.
He's a very easy target.
He's disgusting. In so many ways.
My champ, State of Alabama in basketball. We mentioned it earlier.
Wow,
Number
no
1
doubt.
and number 2 will go at it this weekend. Auburn and Alabama. Also, UAB's a solid team. They got a player that may go top 40 in the draft, Yaxel Lindenberg. And Troy is second in the Sun Belt Conference. So, good state in basketball.
No
Not
doubt.
so much in football anymore. Chump, we talked about it Monday. Injury luck for the Mavs. We talked about AD going out. He's going to miss some time. Now Daniel Gafford's out, and he's going to miss at least 6 weeks.
I saw he had a non-contact knee thing. He just folded up like a tent.
So the Mavs do not have a big man unless you count Dwight Powell.
I don't.
Yeah, so they don't have a big man now.
All right, let me get the Duffer in here quick, and then we'll hit a break. We'll come back, and we'll do the rewind, and we'll quickly hit a few D3 Auto Sales text offerings. What's up there, Duffer?
Hey, Justin, thank you for acknowledging that little mighty mouse, Ty Edney, is what kept us from winning the second national championship.
Little turd.
But do you really think we would have beat Missouri, or after the beatdown they took in Bud Walton that year, they might have upset us?
That's true, too. You never know. We can't rewrite history,
I mean,
but I need to get Tarantino on this one. I need a different rendition of that 95 championship year.
Realer than real, yeah.
Right. What was it? Didn't we beat them by like 46 or something at Bud Walton when the grand opening?
That sounds reasonable. I don't know. I don't remember because I wasn't in Arkansas at that point, but I do recall Arkansas being amazing then. That's for sure, coming off the title for sure. Arkansas also took a beating that year. Didn't they lose by like 30 early in the season? I think they did. Anyway.
I don't remember that, but
they
I
gave up
remember
over 100, I know, in a
Yeah.
game, and I thought they got beat pretty bad. But anyway, didn't matter.
Yeah. But Norm Stewart was just about to just sit down and cry at that game.
Yes.
Anyway, but thanks for acknowledging that Ty Edney was the reason.
Yep, it's amazing. What a run they had after that. And, boy, they escaped a couple of games along the way. But that's part of the deal. You got to get lucky a little bit, huh?
That's right. Just play a little defense, Missouri, and we win a national championship.
Be really neat. Yep. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Duffer's out. 12:47 as we head to the break. I want to tell you about our friends at Gwatney Chevrolet. And, again, boy, great weekend to get a deal. Why? Because, well, there are deals to be had. Now, admittedly, the weather may not be the best, but today would be a good day to go and take home a new vehicle for the weekend. Gwatney Chevrolet is online at gwatneychevrolet.com, and you can stop out and see them in Jacksonville if you are so inclined. And if you're not, you should be. The newest Chevy models are there, and they have a ticket for you to savings, my friends. That's the ticket you really want. Check out the all-new body styles on the 25 Traverse, the Tahoe, the Equinox. They're all in stock and ready for delivery. As we told you earlier this week, the Trax is a top 12 selling vehicle, not SUV, vehicle in America this last year. So you need to get on board that everybody else already figured out. That is one of the best deals going. Under $28,000 for a brand new, loaded up, smaller SUV. Spectacular. I'm driving one right now. I love it. Philip, check it out when you head out the door. It's that really bright blue. It's beautiful. Also offering $10,000 off MSRP on 24 Tahoe and Suburban models. So if you're looking for a bigger SUV, they got you covered at the same place, too. It's all at Gwatney Chevrolet in Jacksonville.
And it's me you need to shout.
Whatever you're doing this weekend, if it doesn't involve fast horses, daily doubles, high fives, and corned beef sandwiches, you may be doing it wrong. Every weekend through May 3rd, Oaklawn has live thoroughbred racing. Whether your Oaklawn is cheering from the home stretch, dining in the Bugler restaurant, or raising a glass at the First Turn bar, your race day is whatever you want it to be. Make reservations today at Oaklawn.com.
This is my Oaklawn.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Robert Owen Jewelers Valentine's Day sale going on right now. Get a dozen free roses and chocolates with your purchase of $99 or more. Bigger, brighter diamonds, better prices, 5 locations, or online at rijewelers.com. Free financing.
So the body knows that it needs to heal itself, but it doesn't know how to concentrate it and target it into just one area. So that's where we come in.
By we, Dr. Ashley Caravelli means the nation's leader in regenerative medicine, QC Kinetics.
We put in those treatments, then it sends out like little signalers to your body. We're able to make the body focus on the areas that need the most healing.
QC Kinetics has gathered brilliant medical minds like Dr. Caravelli and Dr. Mitchell Shinecup, a pioneer in the field of regenerative medicine, to lead the way in these innovative pain treatments.
So at QC Kinetics, we have a whole team working nationwide with cutting-edge research to reach our patients and treat them and know that surgery is no longer their only option.
The consultation is free. Find out if you're a candidate. Call QC Kinetics today.
Call QC Kinetics, 501-222-8440. That's 501-222-8440. 501-222-8440.
Hi, my name is Nita Freeman, and I'm the marketing director for Genesis of Conway. In our new store that opened in November, we have been a partner with the Buzz from the very beginning. We love all the packages that we get from them. They are helping us promote our big golf tournament, the Genesis of Conway Central Arkansas Open. Robert Davidson is awesome, is a great partner. He is willing to go above and beyond to do whatever we need to make our partnership successful.
For more information on advertising, call me, Robert Davidson, 501-744-1279.
Bubba Carpenter joins Justin Acri and DJ Williams in the zone every week this baseball season, presented by Johnston's Home Center in Benton. Johnston's Home Center, if they don't have it, you probably don't need it.
For 54 years, you've trusted Sigma Supply for all your packaging and shipping needs. And now, as part of Brady Plus, they've got even more to offer. From janitorial supplies, facility essentials, and food service disposables, Sigma Supply has you covered. And ordering is a breeze with over 50,000 new products online at sigmasupply.com. And do not forget to call sales manager David Breitenberg at 1-800-264-1661 and ask for the Buzz discount. Remember, if you're not using Sigma Supply, you've got low-grade product, man.
The Zone is back. You know what's better than listening to Justin Acri and DJ Williams? Watching them on our live stream on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch. Now, let's get back into the show.
I don't need a golden ticket to be part of the club, 'cause I'm already in it.
Now it's time to look back. It's the best interview and show moments of the week. It's the Zone Rewind.
I think Louisville got screwed in their game against Villanova, I'm just going to say. I thought the kid from Villanova walked not once but twice late in the game, and then they hit a three-pointer to win the game. Now, admittedly, St. John's did have a chance to hit a shot at the end and escape with a victory, but they didn't. They didn't. Rick Pitino asked earlier in the week about escaping with a victory when they had just one loss.
You know, in November, I told you 21-3 and 12-1 in the Big East. What would you have said? I mean, are you surprised?
I would have said, how the did we lose that one game?
How the blank did we lose that one game? Well, now you've lost two, kind of. Gabe Gackle is going to be joining us every week in the zone. We are so happy to have him.
He's on the mound right now.
He is.
All right.
He has 5 strikeouts.
He does?
Yes.
Wow.
Lord almighty, what a start. He is transitioning, just as a pitcher.
Oh, okay.
He's not going to be on the softball team. He's transitioning, of course, from reliever to starter. Seems like things are going pretty well, according to Christian. He talked to us about it this week on the show.
Yeah, I think just the biggest difference is obviously the workload. Last year when I was going into pitch, I kind of knew it was going to be a shorter stint, but I was going to be throwing 2, maybe 3 innings max. And this year I think they're 1, 6, 7, hopefully 8 or 9 innings sometimes. So it's really just workload. And, I've been working with the strength coach since August 1st, and I've been getting built up on the mound since the fall. So I think I'm ready to manage the workload, but it's just the amount of innings we're going to throw is the biggest difference that I see.
Unless he's got a no-hitter going, I wouldn't expect that he would be pitching very deep into this one today. They'll hand it off, but glad he's off to a good start. He is brought to you in the zone every week by Billy's Awards, Arkansas Digital Media, and the Positively Sports Award. You can call Mark Jenkins for the final two at 501-358-2434, or for Billy's Awards for all your trophy, award, and engraving needs. Call Billy at 501-358-6706. Final segment brought to you in part by our friends here at Oaklawn, where we were hanging out yesterday. We've got racing today, tomorrow, Sunday, and President's Day Monday. It may be a little cold for baseball, but the horses love it. So get down there and take advantage of it, or use your Oaklawn Anywhere account. You can use bet.oaklawn.com. Obviously, Razorback Baseball, Razorback Basketball, and much more on the Oaklawn Sports app. And Clint Black just sold out, but you can still get tickets to go see Sarah Evans on Sunday at oaklawn.com, or Dawkin, or Low Cash Cowboys, or Floyd Nation. Those are all still available. You can get on that at oaklawn.com as well, and you can book your room there. Also, and I don't know what they got left for Rebel Stakes weekend, but I'm guessing they're going to be pretty busy. Always a big one. So there's that. Couple of D3 Auto Sales text line offerings as we welcome in Wes Moore. Ready for the weekend, my friend?
Yes, 3-day weekend.
Our man Gackel's off to a good start.
Yeah.
5Ks, what Christian said.
No score through 3 innings. Got in a little trouble in the 3rd inning. Walked a guy. Or
there is a
two
score.
Guys,
it's 0-0.
No score.
That's a score.
No score.
0-0 is a score.
Nobody's put up any runs.
It's a score. Nothing Jason Whitlock says is relevant. He's the biggest chump. He tap dances because he's not accepted over here. Over where?
Where?
When is Christian and Josh going to happen? When are you guys going to get your matchup?
What do you mean? Oh, okay.
When are you gonna
that thing, the trivia.
When are you guys going to fall in love?
I don't know. That's up to Morning Mayhem.
Why the hell is it so hard to watch Arkansas baseball? ESPN Plus is not SEC Network Plus.
Oh.
Is it hard to get?
No, I'm
Were
watching
you
it right now. Yeah. Very simple.
Domino's has come up. We were talking about fast food pizza earlier. They got by for a decade because they were the only delivery option if you weren't in New York City. Finally admitted pizza was trash and upgraded ingredients and recipes. Currently my go-to for fast pizza. All right. I just don't eat fast pizza.
They have,
if I'm eating pizza because I don't eat it that often, I'm going to go to the effort to get one I actually like.
Yeah.
They have a stuffed cheesy bread, and you can put pepperonis in it. It's pretty good.
Okay. I'll listen to that.
And also, you can put like spinach and stuff in there too. There's different
this person says, it's okay to hear my husband say Happy Valentine's, but after 41 years, I could use a spa package. All caps. Hey, Justin, says Lewis. This is Lewis. Come on. While this is coming up, Wes, go ahead and tell us what you guys are up to today.
Mark Magician's coming up here in about 20 minutes to give us some picks for Oaklawn. See if he can make us some money today. Also, Chris Turnage at 1:30. We'll get his thoughts on the NFL Combine, the 5 Arkansas players, David Walker. Got Jackson Woodard invited to the Combine. So it's a good list.
Did? I didn't see that. Great.
Yeah, Jackson Woodard's
good for him.
I think it was 31 running backs were invited to the Combine.
Wow.
Great
I didn't mention
Rocket.
Rocket's going to be there, too. We talked about Jaquindon, but that's great.
Yeah. We have Sullivan coming up at 2:10, Neil Atkinson from Bet Saracen at 2:30, and Brian Edwards at 3:05. He gave us another easy money winner last night. He's done really good for us. He'll text me, a couple of picks. I'll pass it on to our listeners throughout the week. And last night he gave us an over on a game with 6 minutes left in the game. It hit over.
I love that.
Yeah, They scored like 190 points, and the over-under was 156.
Who was it?
It was Omaha, Nebraska, and
don't remember.
Some Summit League game. South Dakota State.
Okay. I've been to UNO with UCA back in the day.
Omaha's got a pretty good player. I'm trying to recall his name.
Elaborate if it's so simple, Wes. Do you have to have Hulu Live or YouTube TV to have SEC Network Plus, this person says? They're very confused.
Yes, you have to have
a TV provider?
Yeah, you have to have a TV provider and then have ESPN Plus. It's two different subscriptions.
Okay.
Did you guys see that YouTube TV and CBS are in a dispute a month before March Madness?
Paramount?
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Huh. That's not good.
Anything else?
I noticed a couple people tweeting yesterday saying, I guess I'll be leaving YouTube TV for Hulu Plus.
What's wrong?
And I guess that's why. Because Paramount is going to be leaving
if they don't
right now.
If they don't have a resolution in a month, won't have March Madness on YouTube TV.
Well, I know how that goes. I mean, I've been dealing with that Fox mess.
No doubt.
Or DirecTV or Dish for years.
Philip, thank you for your list. Appreciate you. I'm going to definitely check out The Apartment and the Japanese-French film.
Yeah, I might do some prep from now on.
And I'm going to get together with the Pigskin. We're going to watch Brokeback together because apparently he's never seen it.
Watch Nora with him.
Honora and then
Honora.
Brokeback. What a great double
Double
feature.
feature, yeah.
Winter is here. Get to Point S, Arkansas to get your car ready for it. Off-road tires for your pickup, ATV tires for your side-by-side, tires for your car to get your family around safely. From Kumo, Toyo, Falcon, Blackhawk, Fortune, and more. And their Promise Plus road hazard protection to give you peace of mind. Stop by a Point S, Arkansas store today. Bartlett Tire in Heber Springs, Tire Town in Benton, R&D Tire in Conway, and Fleet Tire in Pottsville or Russellville. Or online